Good? Okay. Today's agenda is we'll go ahead and review all of the applications. And we've set it up a little differently as we determined in the last meeting. And we're going to cruise today. We're going to do this efficiently and thoroughly, but we're going to cruise. And then we have lunch coming in close to noon. Yeah, after this. So the hunger can push us to go even faster. But we'll go ahead and turn the time to Alma as we get started with separating these with the rankings. We're going to go in the rank order of those that were ranked the highest. And discussion will go in the order of the ranking that was given to them.
Okay. Before you start into that, I sent out the minutes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, thank you. In the email that we got from Alma, what day did you send that, Alma? I've got my email up here.
I don't remember.
Alma sent us the email a couple of weeks ago about from the minutes from our last meeting. I'll accept a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
And second? Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Cook and a second from Mr. Needham. And any discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And then we don't really have a formal agenda to approve, just going through the application. So that will just move ahead with the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So we had another meeting on March 13th and we went over the overview. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. Just by the end of this meeting, we'll go through and double check and make sure that the recommendations are correct so that can be passed on to the council. And then we'll just have kind of a follow-up after you've finished, just to get some feedback on future recommendations on how to proceed for next year. So we can go ahead and get started with the highest to the lowest score. Each application was scored by each of the reviewers, and then they were added together and it came up with a score for each of the applications. So if you want to get started, unless there's any questions or, okay.
I think we're good. Thank you.
So the highest application was number 2. That's a Malga. So we will start with that one. It's application number 2.
They're basically asking for 100%. And I understand that we want to help the smaller communities, but because they did not put in more of their own money, I would suggest that we give them something less than they requested.
But they were putting it in kind, weren't they, from what I understood?
There was, and they do it all by themselves mostly. I know that. But I had that same feeling. I was thinking about that, about 70%.
In the same vein that Bruce, I said 12,500. I mean, it's not a big ask that they had asked for, but also they're a small municipality, so they do have to have some funds that they've raised on their own.
I have it at 1,400, but I'm good with 1,300, 1,250, wherever you want to go.
Yeah, wait.
Wait, 13,000?
Sorry, 13,000, not 1,300. I'm only off by a factor of 10.
Just a little bit.
It's an early morning.
It's early.
You really tightened up the news.
I had 7,500, but
Which could make it a 2-year project, almost. You know, they could have, if we're needing something, we could actually, great that we give them like even a half now, then let them work through, get everything they can done, and back next year.
If they have to buy the equipment and then the labor is in kind installing, we're just making them hold it in a bank account for a year. Mm-hmm. I'd just as soon fund them, and then next year, if we end up if they end up making a big ask of us next year, then we hold off.
Yeah.
I think that's a good suggestion.
So the number, do we have a number? we've got 13,500. I suggested 12,500. We have a number of half of the asking amount of 7,500. Dave, split the difference. What's your motion?
Well, I was looking about that 7,500, so if you're looking about that 12,500, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the 12.5.
12,500. Any objections?
Do it.
Okay, 12,500.
Have a big sell for the rest, so.
And of course, we'll have to remember this all the way through the process, that we might get to the end and have so much extra money that we just.
So much extra.
We also earmark where we need to maybe cut more.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
So 12,500 is
Yes.
that one.
Yep, thank you.
The next one is Cash Community Connections. It's application number 10.
The interfaith concerts and events.
Produces a lot of events for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
I
I fully funded that in my request.
I did too.
yep, let's just
Hey,
do
that's
it.
why they're at the top.
Yep, I think that we're good fully funding for 5,850.
A lot of donated
Okay.
hours.
Yeah.
A lot of donated hours there.
Okay. The next highest score is 15. That's Cache County Fairgrounds. This is the water main replacement.
I spoke with the executive's office, and this is a project that they'd had some studies put into, and it's a project that is in kind of is dire need, and we don't want to have a environmental hazard on our hands from the discussion I had with them.
There's
So,
a huge safety factor
yeah,
Yes,
with it.
yeah. So I requested
100%.
100% of the funding.
And
So
that's what I have as well.
366,157.
Safety for sure.
Next
But,
highest? Oh,
okay,
sorry.
this is where we come in, they also had another application, David mentioned earlier, do we wanna do those in tandem, or do we wanna take that, just in consideration as that score, since that's a lower scored, just take that as it comes lower in the process?
I'm okay just taking it in the process.
Okay, then let's just I think we just remember that we did
And we
fully
will.
fund this one.
We will,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I know a lot of Cache County, there's a lot of them, they're actually quite different too. Their asks.
So the next highest score is number 3, application number 3, American Festival Chorus and Orchestra.
is this the 250, America 250 one, or is this a different one?
40,000.
But is this for their America 250 concert, or no, is this a
This is
different?
general
Just
Oh,
operations.
they're general operations, okay,
I recommended the whole thing.
as well, I did as well,
Similarly, yes.
yeah, okay,
40,000.
yep,
Yes.
great.
Number 14, Cache County Fair and Rodeo is the next highest score. This is the Fair and Rodeo Enhancement.
I think that's a very minimal investment for the amount of people that are involved in all that, and what it generates even for the county and everything, and the celebration that it is. I had full funding on that one.
Yes.
Same.
Okay.
So,
75,000. Next highest score is application number 27, Cache Valley Cowboy Rendezvous.
Okay.
I think I had cut that.
I like this one. Score is super high. I'd fund it at 18,000
That's my
instead of at
thoughts
20.
as well.
I didn't do the full 20 myself.
18.
I had
18, 18.
That's where we were last year, weren't we? If
Yeah.
I remember, I was gonna keep
Yeah.
it at 8 last year's
18.
funding.
Is everyone okay with 18?
Yes.
Okay.
Something for
18,000.
everybody, that's neat.
Cruising Association.
Application number 28.
Okay. They requested
I
48.
recommended 40.
Oh,
Same.
same here, yeah. They carry good cash balance as well,
I was close to 45, but that's okay.
Let's do 40.
40 is what my recommendation was.
I'm okay with that.
40,000?
We've got 3 here with 40. Is there any objections on this end of the dais? You mulling it over still, Dave?
What's that?
Are you mulling it over still, or you want to object, or no?
I had it for a little bit more, but that's fine. 40, let's go
I
with
did
40
too,
and then
but
we
40
can,
so
that may be a
40 is okay.
comeback, I don't know.
Okay, I think we're on a consensus at 40,000.
40,000.
Thanks, Alma.
Next highest is 43, that's Lewiston for city park restrooms.
I suggested full funding.
I suggested full funding to 60,000.
I had it at 50,000, but I'm okay if we end up at 60.
It's only, what, 35% of what they need, I thought. Restrooms are kind of important if you have kids.
I had the full funding
I
on
had full funding on that.
Lewiston's myself.
Let's keep it there.
Yeah.
60,000.
60,000.
Next highest is application number 72, Smithfield City. This is their youth theater presentation. They had a couple of other applications as well.
I suggested full funding on this one, $3,500.
Me too.
Also,
They've been pretty consistent even last year, and they've done I know they've done a really wonderful
They
job there.
seem to do a
so-
lot with a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there isn't,
3,500.
Yeah.
Next highest is number 1. This is the Alan and Alice Stokes Nature Center.
I have it at 30,000 instead of at 35. Great program, good stuff. I think they got 30 last year, not 100.
that's what I kept them with last year's
Yeah.
myself, but
I suggested 35, but I'm okay with 30.
I had 32.5. I think we're all kind of in the same ballpark, so
I had 30.
I'm fine with 30,000.
30 is fine.
30,000 is fine.
30,000. Number 13, Cache County. This is for the Cheese and Dairy Festival.
I
I've
had,
never even been to that. Is that well attended?
oh my lands, holy
Did you
hen. Oh, yeah.
I tasted some of the cheese.
No, but it was packed, and there was, at one time, they figured there was over 600 people just in the event center at one time. And they had booked 270 people that were going for tours, you know, in the whole gamut and the show that was going on. And
Really, that's awesome.
and the stands were packed there, and I just sat there, and I was real pleased with and they changed it, you know, from last fall to this spring, and it was just
Do
it
you
was
think
just
the
a
date
huge
change is?
success,
Do you think the
huge.
date change is a good thing, Ben?
Yeah, oh, yeah, it was a huge success and growing, and there's a lot of, corporate involvement, you know, and participation there, and, I think it was just it was a huge success with as many people that were there. So,
I agree with your comments, but as I look through their numbers, it seems like they budget high, and they seem to regularly have cash left over.
and,
I
and the thing is, it all depends on the corporate donors. You know, and they really stepped up this year. They really stepped up they weren't sure on the funding, I think of the transportation. Utah State an extension office was heavily involved this year. Anyway, and I think there could have been a little bit left over because they had a lot more jump into the education part of it too, so.
It is just a one-day event, right?
No, it went
Is
through,
it
they had the
multiple days?
Utah Theater, had a movie
Over
night
2 or
over
3
here,
days.
and it was
Okay.
packed. And they had they think a 3-day, I believe.
So everything's free of charge. It's just
Yep,
community.
it's a community celebration for that, you know, that huge industry that's built this valley, so.
I've got them at 12,000, thinking of the issues Bruce raised, but I'm flexible.
I had them at 10, but
I had them at
based
10.
on your input, I'm willing to do whatever you say.
I had them at 10.
I had it at 10.
I had them at 10.
I had it at 10.
If we can bump it up to about 14 or something like that, or 13, 14, I think they would be elated, and they will work with whatever we give them, and they're just very effective. They're doing very effective.
So,
14 is,
14,000,
You bet.
everyone, okay.
14,000? The next one is, the next two are from the same entity. It's applications 21 and 22, Cache Valley Center for the Arts.
Okay, so one is facilities maintenance, that's the 150, right? And then one is their operating support. And I funded both of them at 100%,
Yeah,
but,
I put them there too. They're been a great resource over the years.
I funded both of them too.
Bruce has something he would like to say.
I'm on the board.
Oh,
But yes, now, let me say one thing here that applies to a number of the other applications I got after Wendy, because the financial statements and the tax return are old. That didn't bother me because I'm on the board and I know what the more current financial statements say. But a number of the applicants have financial statements from 23 and 24, but not 25, and no tax returns from 25. I think that's crazy, because we want to know what they're doing currently.
Yeah.
And Festival Opera was one of them. And I'm not on their board, so I don't know what the most recent year showed. But if you look at what they presented was 23 when they went in the hole $1 million, and 24 when they went in the hole $1 million. And that doesn't reflect well. I think I would have put, if I'd prepared that application, I would have put more current financial statements to show that we are doing better. And I would suggest, Alma, in the future, that you make that indication in the applications as they pick them up. We want a current financial statement, even though it may not be audited, or even though it may not be the current tax return. I understand your accountants might carry some weight, not be able to finish it in time to turn in the applications, but something more current ought to be there.
thanks for that feedback.
My funding levels are a little lower.
'Cause it is the
What,
insight
what,
that we really
well,
want.
what's requested?
you know.
What is requested, I think it is requesting the most current, but I think maybe some stronger language, and I can work on that verbiage and then send it out to you. I know in the past, you, Bruce, had mentioned that not everybody has an audited statement, and so we changed the verbiage on that. So I could suggest some verbiage. I could work with the auditor, Matt Funk, and get some verbiage and then send it out to the board and see, so we have until, the end of the year, so.
Your most recent tax return and your most recent financial statements, even though they may not have been
Yeah.
audited.
Yeah, I think when this application's due, most people are barely finishing that up for 2025. I know, I'm not even done yet. Anyway, but we need to have those numbers. Particularly for the opera company, it'd be interesting to know where they're at.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
So
Damon had a different suggestion.
Yeah, the numbers are a good bit higher, I think, than what we did last year here. I'm open to that, great organization. I love the way that they serve multiple other entities. It's a capacity building exercise, especially with some of the building rehab stuff. I'm totally happy to be outvoted on this, but thought I'd throw that out there.
One bit of insight to let you know, though, that they, remember, we did not have the opera there last year. And so the group went to the 3 theater companies and said, could you put together something for this summer? And then they used some of these operating monies to help them hold their, the extra shows that they put on, to hold them in the theater. And so they do spread that around.
I think the rest of us were fine with the fully funding the requests. So,
By virtue of the vote, please.
fully funding the requests for both of the, cash arts,
So 21 at 100,000, 22 at 150,000.
yes.
It's still relatively small compared to their total, what they're dealing with. They're not asking like, the 100%. They're really quite small. They are participating with a lot of other funds.
So the next highest is number 62, Nibley City. This is the children's theater presentation.
Fully funded.
Fully fund, yeah.
2,500.
Yeah.
The next one is number 68.
68.
68, Paradise Town. This is for baseball and softball fields.
I'm always impressed. Paradise does a lot of fundraising within their community.
They do.
And, on my back, cause I go out to Trout and Berry Days and it's delicious, so. I put theirs at 16,000, but
I fully funded.
fully funded, I'm fine with fully funding.
Full for me.
Fully funding, yeah.
16,500.
$16,515 is what they asked
You're
for.
right. You printed that so small.
I know, can we
I'm-
make these a little bigger?
I am so sorry.
Give me the Braille version, what do you?
Some of us don't have mice type.
I know, I need to bring my glasses this time.
So fully fund for that one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The next one is 76, Summerfest Arts Fair.
I fully funded.
Me too.
Two,
Yeah.
huge participation.
Oh, yeah. That place is crowded all the time.
I think their move has been great. It's really opened things up and a lot more places for everything. It's really neat.
23,000.
Yes.
Yes, fully fund.
The next one is number 80, Utah Festival Opera and Music Theater.
Like the comments I previously made, I fully funded this one.
I put it at 400.
I put it at 400 myself.
Me too.
Joey?
But I think they're great too.
I'm happy they're back. I'm excited to see
Yeah.
this season
And
and the restructuring.
yeah, and it's a little earlier. You may notice the season's earlier because they lost their slot that they've always had. I think they get it back in 2 years of a run that can hop back in.
I know we had a meeting with them on some Board of Equalization issues, some issues that we had, and it was extremely productive. It was really neat. I think they came in with some tension, and everyone left everyone left understanding, and they understand we need to change this, and this, and they were very, very welcome to it. It was a, they're malleable, very malleable now, and they're trying to make it. I think their ambition is really, really strong compared to, some other problems that we'd had in the past, and they just getting a good foothold. I think they're really on a good trajectory.
So do you have a recommendation, Dave?
The 400.
The 400?
That's what
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, let's do that.
400,000.
Yeah, 400,000. Okay, we
Next
go
one.
from opera to Barnes.
Yeah. Number 4, American West Heritage Center.
A little concerned again about the 100% funding here with,
That's that's what we pretty well, a lot of it we've done in the past. They've kind of, that's been a lot of their operational stuff. What was their funding for that in the past? I could not find that for some reason.
125, but they had a $6,000 surplus. And so 6,000 off the 131 is the 125 that we gave a year ago.
And I know they're just about getting that, the other facility finished and getting it going. But That's, see, you're only the 131. I mean, that's about, with the new operation and everything that's coming on, I think they could very well need that right now.
You think they'll have increase in operating costs?
I think there will be a little bit, especially as they are bringing in a lot of displays and bringing in a lot of new things that's going in that new facility. It's amazing too. It should be done, I think, by mentioned, was it August? Totally finished, so,
Is that what we helped to fund in the interim, in between, with
yeah, we did,
the matching funds from the private donor?
exactly. Yep,
My thought on this, I just think the application is not quite correct on the, because they add this, they ask for this and they say it's 100% of their operating budget. I don't think we are actually 100% of their operating budget. And I think it would show much better and give us a clearer sense of where all of this stuff lies if we actually saw the rest of the stuff besides just this grant. I had them at 125 just to carry on the funding from last year, but
let's maintain that then,
125.
125. Yeah, that'll be fine.
125,000.
25, yes.
Next one is,
Their director, by the way, they just changed the directors, I believe, out there. Or excuse me, they're in the process of getting a new director.
they do have a new director. Yes.
Interim.
There was an interim, but I think he's the director now.
Okay.
Do you know where he came from?
I don't.
He'd be very new, so.
Yeah, he was new at the very beginning of the application process.
Okay.
Number 38, Hispin events. This is the 15th annual Cash Grand Fondo.
I love this one. It's not a ton of money. They
Yeah.
bring a ton of people, and it, yeah, I fully fund.
Yeah, me too.
Fully fun.
I did as well.
$10,000.
10,000.
Okay. Number 45 is Logan City Parks and Rec. This is for their Park and Recreation Kunzler Trail.
Remind me about that one. That one I can't remember.
It's down on the south end of town,
Yeah,
Kunzler Trail.
10th West. It's in, they're joining all, the, I guess, the trail system that's going back up to the east, and then they've acquired to the west and doing all that cleaning.
By Trapper Park?
Trappers up east, I believe, isn't it? Or
Trapper's over that way.
I want to say, I think this is all heading west too, on both sides of the 10th West.
Okay. I fully funded. I just don't remember it.
So there is a trail that already goes, a bike path that already goes clear out to that west park. What are they adding on and making that connect to something? I was kind of confused when I read the
Yeah.
paperwork,
Did it say, hang on, I read that and it,
because I've ridden my bike out there, I know it's there. You can cross over 10th West on the underpass,
I agree.
go out there.
I fully funded.
It's gotten better every time we used it.
I thought they were connecting it with,
yeah, it's a connection point, and I think it's even supposed to come over, eventually, there's a split that's coming over to their new dog park and the other facility that's going on to the
The landfill.
the landfill area, it's, you know, all of that's where, I
okay.
guess there's quite a big loop and even, I guess, connect to go west from there, so.
Yeah, the total project budget was 2 million. They requested 450,000. And they were 10-foot wide concrete path with intermittent boardwalk sections were required to protect delineated wetland areas in the trail corridor. Connects to the existing sidewalk on 6 South, which will link to the future 6 South parking along the Logan River and then head north on 1900 West to Logan Outdoor Recreation Complex. The proposed trail is approximately 1.45 miles. Okay.
And this is a quarter of the budget, so.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting in plenty of, and I think Logan is now doing their projects a little quicker since we had them come in and finish.
Well, and you gotta speak a little bit for them. A lot of their projects are,
Everyone
there's
uses
always a lot of players in them. And, and then, just the preparation and getting them all put together and everything, I think they almost hit a different level of organization, trying to do all that to get that money going, that, we have had them come back a time or two to give us another year to finish some things and stuff like that, but they finish them, they get them done. And, I think they use their money quite wisely, actually. I think we got a really good park
So
straight.
you access at Trapper Park, midway between Trapper Park and Willow Lakes,
Okay.
and I don't know what the other one is. But yeah, I fully funded it.
Likewise.
I agree, let's do it.
450,000.
Yeah.
Next one is number 11, Cache County. This is the Cache County Buildings and Ground. This is for, here at the admin complex, some power improvements.
I fully funded that.
I think I had a question as to, is this is really like a RAPS application?
You know, it's affiliated with the Gardeners, market and some things like that, and I don't know, this one here hasn't quite set with me. So, I was hoping to get
It's
your,
huge. So like, I mean, I guess every time you come down here, I'm always shocked at the amount of people that are here, so
Just for new electrical, wasn't it, improvements
yeah.
out there so they can have more people plug in?
I still start having the feeling that it's more like something that ought to be taken care of by us as Cache County.
that's what I thought too. I thought, well, as much as I would love to push the
Rather
burden
than,
onto RAPS.
Rather than going into these kind of taxes to do it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
Are those outlets used for anything other than the farmer's market though? I mean, I guess that's how we could.
It's the only major event that happens
Yeah.
right here, but there probably should be others. That sometimes they've had the USU back to school parties. That
Oh
they do.
yeah, when they
Sometimes
come and
they've
drop
had-
the students
They've had a
off.
concert or two back here, but they've kind of moved that more over towards the plaza.
The
and other
plaza, now
spots,
that we
but,
have the plaza.
and I know it'd be good support for the farmers market. They've been here now for years, and it seems that this is their home forever.
Yeah.
And they don't charge very much for the booth space, so I guess it just supports what they're doing. You're right, it could just be a Cache County expense of some type, but it is for this
let's fund it
improvement
with
for them.
and then
Yeah,
It's-
may come
that's
back,
fine.
let's just come
It's not
back
a big
and
ask. I just
do
didn't
a
know if it
double
was
take if
really
we have
something
to.
from RAPS. So 10,000.
we overfund everything.
Yeah.
What's been going on anyway? Are they like blowing circuits, or is it?
I don't know.
I didn't know. I hadn't heard about it until we saw the request, and I was just kind of.
I think he needed more outlets, because they're running extension cords to different places and.
Is it an extension cord in an extension cord? I've
don't.
heard that's really good. At work, they really like it when we do that.
It's safe, yeah.
Yeah.
So what amount did you?
Fully fund 10,000.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'll highlight that one in yellow, if you wanted to come back to that one. The next one is number 17, the Cache Pioneer Museum. This is the Cache Daughters of Utah Pioneers Museum operational funding. It's across the street.
I fully funded that.
I did too.
I had them at last year's funding.
Yeah, me too.
Wasn't that 8?
That's where I put them,
Yeah, I had them last year's funding myself, but
but I'm not gonna stress about it if the majority really wants to go there.
I love how many volunteers they have.
Those little old ladies are
Yeah.
really keeping that going.
They
Yeah.
really do. Maybe
should
we should
talk
just
to
do
them
9. I
later.
put them at 8, but maybe it's just full funded. I mean, maybe we could keep them in yellow too, just in case we have to, but that's only $1,000, so
Going for 9?
let's go 9.
9,000. Kathy said it. Okay. Hiram City AJ Peterson Park renewal. that right? 41?
Yes.
So I think this is where we talk about the two projects for Hiram together, in my mind.
Yeah.
I put them to receive 200,000 between the two projects together.
Sorry.
They had some really big asks this year.
My thinking on this was fund the one they ranked number one
Yes,
at
that's what I did.
200,000. And then the second project's great, queue it up for next year,
Yeah.
but it's more than I think we can bite off in 1 year for them.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds great.
their second one.
And that was the A.J. Peterson one, right?
That was the
Is
higher.
number one, yeah.
Yeah,
Is their number one.
that's what I had down.
Okay,
I
yeah, I
had
had
them
him at 200,000, so.
I had them a little higher, but that's,
I had him at 3, but that's okay.
you know,
200,000.
So number 40 at 200,000,
41. 41.
41
41
at 200,000,
Okay.
And then nothing for 40, right?
And then nothing for 40, they can get that ready for next year, I think.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
okay.
Yeah, I just said 200,000 between the two of them, so I think that works well. Millville South.
Number 57, Millville.
Just gonna give them 100,000.
I had 100,000 for that. That South Park playground update,
I'd put 100 as well.
yeah. They really do have a death trap of a slide there. They specifically mentioned the slide in their
Yeah.
application. I mean, back in our day, we called it fun, but now it's a death trap.
death traps make experiences.
It's true.
Burns it all.
So number
Do you
50,
remember when?
Are we fine with the
We
100,000?
survived.
Down this end, 100,000 fine with Millville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 100,000.
100,000.
Um,
63 is Nibley City. This is a recreation events trailer.
I fully funded it.
Yeah,
I did as well.
they do a lot of things in Nibley, and I know they have a hard time moving things around to different
They
areas.
can share resources between events.
I fully funded as well.
Okay, we're good on that one.
7,000 then.
Yes.
Yes.
7,000.
Number 66 is Nordic United.
I fully funded them.
I fully
Me
funded.
too.
They,
Same.
They
So
take
did
good
I.
care of
Despite
those
our
trails.
winter.
Yeah, they do a lot with, again,
But,
a little.
if it really wasn't for them, there's a lot of these, even the close trails and stuff like that, that they'd be in total disarray. And
They spend a lot of time out there clearing those off.
Okay, North Logan.
6,000 then.
Yeah, 6,000.
Number 67, North Logan City. This is the Elk Ridge North Parking Lot Phase 2.
I think we talked with them last year about phasing it like this, and I fully funded this request.
I have the same.
They do need to do something at the pumpkin walk,
Yeah, they-
parking lot. so,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fully
it's
funded as well.
definitely an issue.
85,000.
Yeah.
yeah.
Number 70, Richmond City. This is pickleball courts.
I had them at 100,000.
that's what I put 100,000.
Yeah, I think
On that.
100,000 would be,
I put 104.5, which is the concrete and the lighting, but I'm okay with 100.
100,000? 100,000?
5, then that cuts, that'll cover all
105.
those.
104.5, but pay for the lighting
Yeah.
and the concrete.
Oh, okay.
That'll get that, and they can,
105,000.
105,000.
We'll round up.
still, barely, well, it's about 50% of their project,
Yeah.
which I thought,
Yeah, that's good. They're
that's
they're
still,
bringing plenty.
that's still stronger than most other, the city applications, things that we've had come in.
That's true.
So I thought, I was pretty proud of that.
They did a good job.
Trenton.
Next one is Trenton, number 78. It's for a park restroom.
I have that one at full funding.
Yeah,
Me too.
me too.
35,000.
That's fully funding the project, though.
No,
Yeah.
they were 87%. They have, and for a little town like that, that's
That's huge.
still a big shoe for them to keep them come up with the other 13%, I can promise you, but
All right. go
again,
ahead.
it's something for everybody.
That's fine.
Those
Yeah.
little towns,
That's,
they need that
You
little
have
bit
to
of,
have bathrooms.
and it's surprising, especially summer long. You go around to all, there's like every week, those parks are just filled with family reunions, you know, and just heavily used.
Didn't we fund 77,000 last year for the restroom? That's,
Trenton?
yeah, I think we gave them 77, no, we gave them 56. They requested 77 a year ago for the restroom, and we gave them 56. Now they're coming for 35, so that's why I'm saying we're funding the whole project, because we gave them 56 last year.
They phased it.
Okay, there, that's what you mean. I did not see that in the,
Oh, 70, 56. Oh, good eye. So what is your suggestion?
I don't know, I have to look.
Number 78,
78.
Brent.
I said 25. I wanted them to come up with 10.
my original was 30, but, yeah, 25. Yeah, you bet, let's give them the 25.
25.
Okay.
And maybe we'll see them back next year with,
For the 10.
with phase 3.
Phase 3.
Three.
So Trenton was 25,000.
25,000.
Okay. Next one is number 5, American West Heritage Center. This is their programming capital maintenance request.
Where is that?
Fine.
I had him at 55,000.
I'm at 50.
I had 50.
I'm okay with that.
let's do 50.
50,000?
Yep, get
Okay,
this one.
50,000.
Next one is number 23, Cache Valley Chamber of Commerce. Their Summer Citizens 50th anniversary.
Can I ask something here? Because the university used to do this, and then they backed out and the chamber took over, but the university now put in an application this year
Yeah, I wondered about that.
for the senior citizens again. What's going on?
Is it joint?
What was the USU one?
Oh, they were. Was it-
I know someone that would probably enlighten us.
USU asked 15,000 on this, but.
Do you
please.
mind? And do you mind?
You're
Yeah.
allowed to speak?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Could you come up to?
You bet.
It is recorded.
Clarify this?
It's a recorded meeting, so if you'd come to the microphone.
State your name, please.
I'm Jamie Andrus from the Cache Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we do own the Summer Citizens Program. However, the university still does offer classes for these summer citizens, as well as Bridgerland Technical College and many other private things. So one of the things that USU has changed, and perhaps this has something to do with their funding, but they're really opening it up. They used to have it so that if you wanted to take a class as a summer citizen at USU, you had to pay a base fee that included parking and library and access to the internet. And this year, is this the first year they've opened it up to be completely a la carte, which has also opened it up to have more community members. We're trying to open the Summer Citizens Program not only for the people who come and visit, but also for any senior or any citizens of the Valley to participate. And so I'll just speak for that at USU, but I haven't seen their application. But it does belong to us, the program.
Well, that was And you've done a good job, and I think we
Yeah.
funded there, but is the university stepping in again, or they?
No, they're not doing anything more than they have in the past, other than offer classes for the summer citizens.
Well, maybe that answered my
And
question.
may,
with
and the
regard to that application.
lectures, they host the lectures under the trees out on the lawn, but we put it all together, take our sound system, get the speakers, so that's what they're doing, so.
All the organizing itself is still under the chamber.
Correct.
They just have some supplemental,
They have
content
classes.
that
Yeah,
they offer
yeah,
out there.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
What do you,
You mentioned that it's available to all the citizens here within the county also.
yeah, we're trying really hard to get that.
Do I qualify as a senior?
There's no age. We have changed the wording to be
Same age, Jamie.
active seniors, active seniors. I know, Dave, how old you are. Yes, we are the same
All
age.
it says is summer citizen.
Okay.
Summer
Summer
citizen.
Here in the summer.
Be anyone.
Yeah, we really want to open it up, and
I think that's wonderful.
we've been marketing and advertising, and we brought a lot of business support into the program that never existed in the past.
So they have not come to you and asked to collaborate with your visits or anything like that? The university has not? No, they're doing their own piece. Okay.
Does that help?
No, we appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jamie.
So the USU application is number 82, if you wanted to see that one. 82.
82.
We'll come to that one a little bit later,
Yeah.
I think. Let's go ahead and with the Summer Citizen 50th.
Summer Citizen 50th anniversary, number 23.
I fully
Yes.
funded it.
I fully funded it at 85,000.
I said 75.
Yeah, I was closer to 75, but maybe this year fully funded, and maybe next year we can look at that, whether it's fully.
Well, this is kind of a special,
Yeah.
this is a special celebration.
And if you're getting,
Okay.
and starting that new program by getting it out to everybody, I think that's actually quite phenomenal.
So
It can
fully
make it-
fund it this year, and then it may drop a little as programs change or something.
Good, I don't have a problem.
Then we go for the 50 first, right?
The
Yeah.
51. Okay, so 85,000, everyone? Okay,
Yes.
85,000.
Next one is number 32, Cache Valley Men's Chorus.
Fully funded them,
Agreed.
only 20%, and
Yeah,
I've
that's a
never been
great,
invited though.
that's a
but-
great ask too, yeah. $1,000.
$1,000.
Is there a Cache Valley Women's Chorus?
No?
Did you say 1,000 or 4,000? Nelma?
1,000.
Oh, okay, good. I was trying to see what.
1,000.
Carnish.
Number 35.
I had a question there.
Park.
I funded them at 12. I just kind of, but yet, I don't know, it could go a little higher, but I kind of thought that something like that, at the rate, the pace, and a lot of things, I think that you're looking maybe at a 2 or 3 year project as they go. And so I'm thinking maybe let's get them going, even if you fund a little bit more, that's fine, but let's do it because they use a lot of their personal labor. They're really busy out there, and so it's kind of like, well, we're able to get this much this year, and
I said 9,000 for the backstop and 1,500 for the fountain, which would be 10,500.
yeah.
And you said 12?
I was thinking about 12 myself.
It's fine with me.
So 12,000?
And then let's do it in increments with them.
Okay.
Very small little town, but I think they could, we
12,000.
could help them along, so.
12,000. Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Next one is number 36, Four Seasons Theater Company.
We upped these guys last year because of the transition with the opera. So even though the amount I think it's still a little bit of an increase over what they did the year before, but prior to that, we were funding them somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 45,000. I put it at 45, but
I took the number of events that they presented last year. So they had 4 presentations, and we gave them $100,000. That was $25,000 per presentation. So I looked at what they were gonna do this year, and with all of the theater companies, I did the same thing, $25,000 per show. So if they did 3, I did 75,000. If they did 2, I did 50,000. That's what I did, how I did it.
And how many do they have programmed?
Well, let me look and see what I had them down for. 36,
What did they get last year?
I never read about it.
That's, you know, there's
75,000, which they had 3 shows.
some of the applications, you know, it asked about, you know, would they receive it last year, but they don't put the amounts. in
Yeah.
it. And
You have to go
and
and
you
dig
go
up.
dig and you know, you have to go really digging for them and stuff like that. But I had, on that one, I just had a big question mark. My big question mark was, because last year's amount, and then it seemed like a pretty good kind of a steep increase from what we gave last year.
They had 3 shows, no, yeah, they had 3 shows, and so I said $75,000.
I like that.
But we need to remember too, which I really appreciated, that the 3 theater companies made a joint request for sound equipment,
Yeah,
which was
Yeah.
good, because they're coming together and working together, so we need
Share
to remember that
resources.
yeah.
there is that other third request, which I believe I funded fully.
Yeah, me too.
They have an alliance, and
I
that
like,
helps.
I like
I like his rationale.
the reasoning behind that. 75,000 is good for me. Anyone else?
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
fine.
Okay.
Number 36, Four Seasons, 75,000.
Yeah.
This is the,
Number 60 is Music Theater West.
Same thing, 3 shows, and I said 75,000.
yep.
Okay, I had 80, so yeah, that's right there along the same lines.
Keep consistent 75 for now.
The Music Theater West was 75,000.
Yes.
Correct.
75,000.
Next one is number 61, Newton Town. This is
Yeah,
for-
I have a question. This is for sidewalk. It looked like, and when I saw the request, and I know in the past we've kind of hesitated when requests include sidewalk.
I didn't like this one. I questioned whether or not it would be used.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, I
They-
didn't.
And they had a big request last year.
Yeah, and the pickleball stuff and that is well used out there. Even though it's very rural, it is well used. But you know, a lot of the bike riding and the walking and a lot of, you know, those kind of things out there. The open streets out there are just beautiful. You see most people when you drive through there, they're just everywhere, rather than concentrated into the, you know, that here's the park.
Yeah, and I know their city park tends to be the hub of multiple bike races.
Yeah.
So there's times they're pretty slammed out there.
I had them at 50
Yeah, I was leaning
It
towards
is.
50 as well.
50s.
is what I put them at 50 to try to get them started, but it's just 92% of the project. I wish they would have come up maybe just a little bit, but it's kind of consistent with a lot of the smaller towns anyway. They can come up with that 10 to 15% is about
What they can
all they can really require from.
Though you joked earlier, and that's kind of true, then those come back with a phase 3.
Well, that
But-
happened,
but that's how-
remember the little ice rink that they did? That was in stages, so.
Bruce, you had 35,000?
I said 25.
25,000?
I had them at 40, just, we're coming off a huge project out there for a really small community.
Yeah.
I'd love to give them something. I'd like to, even if they were willing to look at asphalt instead of concrete, they might be able to do this
Oh,
much
yeah.
less expensively.
Yeah,
And so I think there's some substantial cost savings that could be realized here.
And you were saying 35?
40.
40?
You said 25,
30,
he said
25 and
40.
40.
I was gonna say, should we split those differences?
30,
Like 30, 35?
That's great for me.
that sounds good.
Okay.
Which,
Yeah, what are we doing?
32.5.
I love it.
32.5. Almost like, is she kidding?
1,500. Next one is number 64, Nibley Morgan Farm.
Put this at 24,000.
Me too.
How much you
Is
say?
it drawing,
4,000.
drawing a lot of people?
There's a lot of people that participate out there in the middle of the city.
Had 93.75. That must have been paying for
Something.
some portion of the
Something
project in
very
its
specific.
entirety.
I had them at 12,
I had it at 10.
so,
I love the project. We're out there, even from the other side of the valley for different events and activities. For me, this is a place where I want RAPS to be investing very much. The specific project, as I understand it, was expanding their poultry buildings, and I love chickens. We have many of them in our own backyard. The tie of that's the specific project to tourism increases was where I was a little bit skeptical, but I still want to provide at least some support for them on that.
they're,
And I think there was some like
Equine assisted
equine,
services.
yeah, the horse stalls and
okay,
things too,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that gets a little more
They do
breadth.
community events out there. I think we've been to.
There's
a
a
couple.
fantastic facility, and good infrastructure building we absolutely should be funding and supporting.
Okay, the 93.75 I had would fully fund the animal shelters. They had a training area, they had animal shelters
right.
and water services and electrical services. Their cash that they proposed putting in would fund the water services and the electrical services. And then the 93.75 would build the livestock shelters.
There was kind of like a safety issue on an animal containment area too, on, you know, I think they were trying to do some of that.
Animal shelter things,
Yeah.
yeah.
Still like 24,000.
The discussion is leading me to believe I was a little chintzy in my previous assessment. If we're getting up towards 20.
I've never been able to spell that word.
Chintzy?
Chintzy.
I can say it, I can't spell it.
Should we do 20 then?
20?
20?
Let's go 20, I guess, or 18 to
20,000.
20 right now,
18,
and
18,000?
I put a question mark right
20?
now.
Okay, Kathy says 20.
Let's go 20
Joe
and then
Let's do 20.
Though
20.
I honestly, I need to get out there and get more familiar with them.
Yeah,
I haven't been out there for a while.
So number 64, Nibley Morgan
20,000.
Farm,
yeah.
20,000.
just put a question mark, just to,
Okay, I'll highlight it in yellow.
Utah State
that's a
University's
wonderful discussion.
Lyric.
Yep.
The Lyric is on Center Street, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been being remodeled.
I recommended 20. That's kind of in line with what we've done before, and it's all marketing, which I
Yeah, I don't,
don't like, but
no,
Yeah.
marketing is good, but sometimes fleeting dollars. In other words, you leave, and the remnants of the dollars is gone with it sometimes, and you
Yeah.
hope, it's a hope, but it's necessary, but it's still just a,
I think most of their patrons are probably the same patrons every year.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, but it is a great program. And they do
I'll-
a good job.
I'll agree
I
with,
like 20.
I'll agree with you on the 20, I didn't.
20, okay.
Disclosure, I am employed by Utah State University, but I have no direct ties or compensation from this wing of the university. And so I'm just gonna, I'll talk about it, but I'm not gonna vote on this one.
Okay.
My only disclosure is my son's in one of the shows this year,
Oh, that's fun. What show?
Willy Wonka.
Oh, that's really
They
fun.
just did a season of it just now, but it'll run again during the season, so.
Oh.
But I'll still vote on it.
He disclosed it, that's all that's required.
I have no ties with any of it, so I'm happy to vote on it.
I think 20 sounds,
20, let's go
sounds
20,
in
but,
line with the previous
Okay.
years. Okay. Zootah.
Yes.
now this is up to 10%.
Up to the 378,000, is that what the 10?
And this is the,
No.
up to 10% is the cap.
Up to 10% of the,
10% would be,
294, 486.
486, yes.
yeah.
294,486.
I had them at 3, not recognizing that. I have no issue with recommending the full amount, that is permissible by statute.
So that's the full 10% though, is the 370.
Is the
It's- no,
294, 486?
It's the 294,
Knowing
486.
knowing that 294 is designated, what would prompt them to ask for the 378?
They probably,
Could we even,
They
if we
not
wanted
know?
to?
they wouldn't,
They
they
probably
wouldn't
were just
know it.
asking for the maximum amount,
Yeah.
thinking maybe it
Well,
was in the ballpark.
And that's really, it does state in the law, and we've talked about this many times, it was up to, but you can exceed it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that it's kind of encouraged that you can give that much.
When that was created, the up to, is that kind of saying that there should be guaranteed that, or?
You know, that's a big discussion that we've had.
Carl, I think, kind of thought that.
Well, a lot of people have thought that, but when you get into it and their attorneys, they'll said that it's basically that they can have up to. It isn't, even the legislatures, they said in their intent that we understand that it wasn't like full intent to, that you require every zoo to get that. And, so I think it was just an encouragement from the,
But should we
but they,
want to give more than we cannot?
no, you can't.
You can.
You give more than 10%.
Yeah. They're going through some tough times, very tough times. So, but yet, I don't know. I just don't dare say much right now. I just don't say, say a whole lot. But they're going through some tough times, and it's a, you know, it's well attended, a lot of people, and it's by the parks and everything.
In my notes, I had made that, I put that question, could we give more? And if we could, I recommended the 294 plus $25,000. I'm glad you're here to give the history, Dave. You talked about how long you've served on the board.
Yeah, it's
that history is important.
Right. And it's there's just, you know, that's such a volatile enterprise, I guess you could say. I think it is, because, you know, one thing whenever you're in the animal industry, you know, you're just gonna have a little, there's gonna be hiccups no matter what you do, you know, whether, I mean, little things like that, and then health costs of the animals.
Yeah, but in this
You know,
past,
it goes like this, and there's just and then it's a very intensive type of operation. A lot of hands-on, a lot of stuff like that. So your personnel, you know, there's a big chunk of their costs. What was it 400 and I think was it just shy of $500,000 is personnel, payroll, which that in some ways concerns me, you know, but it is a very high, you know, it's required for that kind of a facility and stuff. So I was just told some things, and it just made me really worry. But I think that if personally I had that I think I went with 325 or something like that.
That's about.
That's
Bruce
right,
was
where
saying.
Bruce is at 319.
Was it? Yeah.
I said 294 plus 25.
I think I went with the 3, and then I had a big question mark. But I think there could be a lot of things answered in the next few weeks, maybe even before we meet again.
The award.
So, which I think it will be, hopefully, be really positive. So,
Can I read the county code?
yeah.
Sure.
So, county code, RAPZ zoological facilities, allocate 10% after administrative costs to the Willow Park, Zutah, based on an acceptable proposal submitted each year. The percentage will be reviewed each year. If less than 10%, the additional funds may be allocated to parks and recreation.
That's the guidance.
Can I maybe propose, given that we've got things in process, and you know, hearing that bit of statute, it's pretty, it gives us clear ground, I read that or hear that as 10%. Clearly, we could choose to do less, and then let the council, when this comes before them, make a determination with the passage of time and additional stuff, whether an added amount allocation is appropriate above and beyond that 10%.
My hesitation with that, though, is we should leave a cushion then to give us, as a council, leeway to give.
I agree. My preference is to leave $100,000 to $200,000 of cushion for the council to use with discretion. Anyhow,
Did you keep track as you made your awards on the spreadsheet as to how much you had left over, how much you were awarding?
I did not.
Did anybody? I did.
Of course you
But I
did.
only used,
Of course you did.
I ended up having 20% left over, and we've been pretty close.
We've been really close to your numbers, I think.
And, yeah, I ended up only awarding about 82% of what was available.
And you had this
I
at
would move that
325,
we, I would
350.
move right now that we set it at 320.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it 320, put it in yellow.
Okay.
Put it in yellow.
And then let's,
Yeah, if we're not, if we've
Yeah, then-
overspent or,
yeah, I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that there's some good, solid decisions that are made the next couple of weeks
yeah, okay.
can help out.
And now you're saying with them, what is that, just like extra donor?
I don't
or-
dare say.
That's fine.
Because I think some things were said to me more in confidence on details.
But,
So-
I mean, with them, I think ultimately it kind of comes down to that question, if they, because Logan City used to own it, they basically, now it's, you know, ran it by itself, and it's almost like if they don't get enough funding and they can't operate, it's eventually just gonna disappear.
Right.
And that's a choice that we would be making by keeping the funding away from them, you know? So, I don't know,
I'm hoping that they find,
An
I'm
answer.
hoping they find a strong partner home that will help strengthen their ability to, you know, to just, I guess, be a better, more efficient and more business-like zoo. That makes sense? Not necessarily charging, but just something to, I'm hoping they do find a really, you know, good, strong partner that'll help out on some things. And that might be Cache County. I don't know. So,
okay.
How's everyone feeling? Do we need a break or we just keep going?
Well,
We're, from eyeballing it, it looks like we're about halfway through.
Yeah, let's just keep.
We're good?
Carry on.
Okay, full steam ahead, Alma.
Okay, number 31, Cache Valley Gardeners Market.
31.
This is another marketing one.
Promotion program.
I did not have.
Remind me what that was.
I think it's
That one.
marketing. In my notes, I have down that I felt like I noticed they hadn't used the full allocation from the previous year's funds, and that they were, I'd roll that over, but only provide $3,000 in new funds for this one.
The Gardeners Market, in the past, has had one application. This year, there were two.
And
The
they're very
table
similar,
to
aren't they?
support.
I thought they were very similar, very similar in nature in both of them.
I didn't fund the one, and I funded $4,000.
One
of
was the
8,000.
farm to,
That's
the
right.
market, farm to table banquet, whatever.
I have 0 on number 30 and I had 4,000 on number 31.
I agreed.
That's what I had, but
4,000,
yeah.
that's similar to, Damon, you were
Close to my
3,000, so
three.
4,000 sounds good. Anyone else? Okay, 4,000.
And I will say that supports a lot of, you know, backyard and small urban agriculture and some things like that. It really does. And the big thing, like you mentioned, it's become an event for people. People come down and they buy
They come and
organic
buy
eggs.
$8 smoothie
All eggs raw, by
lemonade.
the way. You know, but it gets them into Logan, into downtown, which then it becomes a cultural thing.
I don't know about some of the businesses, but some of the small businesses have, started there and then became a downtown location.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's been a few others that have
Yep.
kind of grown from that. So it's provided another form of growth for others too.
But it's also, I love these celebrations of harvest. And I think that when it brings a lot of the people together like that, and they overpay on food, I think that's, but again, it's cultural, and that's great.
A lot of the growers come from out of the valley, I think, like the produce growers come from out of the valley,
But I think
because they're faster, I think. But when you come here to get like burritos, and that is, I think, all here locally, burritos and Ethiopian food and all of the yummy little vendors that they have. I think that's all here local.
It's neat to see when a family that has that little backyard that's together, the whole family's been participating and raising all these things, and then you see that these families bring all that stuff in.
Yeah.
It's neat to see that kind of that it's less about the product and more about the kids. And I think that's wonderful.
Well, should we bump them up a little bit? Because we're cutting them quite a bit from the rest.
It's another one of those promotion things that I think people know about it.
Yeah, I know, it is like that. It's like,
Is it?
yeah, you just know that it's there.
Yeah, so I think 4,000 is fair to me, but if you want to put more.
Let's do that.
So 4,000 on number 31.
Yes.
And did you decide on 30, or you'll
When we get to it.
Yeah, we'll get
discuss
to
that later? Okay. Number 48 is Logan Downtown Alliance. This is the marathon, Top of Utah Marathon.
I fully funded that.
Same.
Yeah.
Brings in a lot of people.
And I'm for funding it. I just feel like it's kind of hard where a third of the cost is, or the third of their budget is administration costs. And a lot of this is volunteer.
Bill.
I don't know.
Now, we're talking number 48, right?
Number 48.
And that is
Salary.
the salary of the director. And I'm going, and then there's another event.
I suggested,
It is the salary of. What's that?
I suggested 15.
I had 14, yeah.
I said 10.
Myself.
So I mean, we're all in.
Why don't we do 15? I only say that because on their next ask, last year they got 20, and this year they only asked for 15. And I was like, oh, that's funny. They're asking for less than they did the year
It says 20.
previous. This is on the other one.
Oh, on the
from
other
them.
one.
And so anyway, I just thought he's at least being prudent on how much they need based on different things. But I can see that one at 15, and I think the other one, he was asking for 15, but it was actually 5,000 less than last year, which I thought was interesting. Can not many people ask for
Yeah,
less?
I'm fine with 15 on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 48, 15,000. Next one is Minden City, number 55.
They've got some pricey projects that they've put in. Calling them lots of phases too. This was like similar to the other one. I said 150,000 between both projects. It was nice.
This is phase 2.
Well, phase 3 I think is in here too, isn't it? I think they had another
Phase
phase.
3 of the Legacy Park is in here. This is
Oh.
phase 2
Yeah.
of the City Square Park.
Oh, and they're not connected.
They're not. We want to be out there to help our small communities because they need recreation projects too, and the tax base isn't there to support it. At the flip side, we don't want to export so much of the dollars that we make it difficult for larger communities with larger populations to be able to accomplish their projects as well. I've had both of them, both of these projects at 30,000, both the, City Square Phase 2 and Legacy Phase 3. But I'm open to being persuaded to do more. I just, yeah, proportionally to what we've done for similarly sized communities around the valley, between the two asks, there's a lot here.
There was a,
I had 80,000 for both. Come, you know,
each or together?
no, for both.
Yeah.
That's why,
I was looking at these little communities and remembering the comments that we've made before, and they've been repeated here, that the bigger ones need to help the smaller ones, and that's the only way they'll get anything done. So what I did is I took the 5.5 million that we have available to us for everything this year, and I took it times their percentage of the population that is in their community. That doesn't allocate anything to the theater or to the festival or anything else. If you just took it straight across, Mendon would qualify for $52,500.
but there's already, that's already done.
There is a separate,
There is a population allocation.
Yeah.
But 52.5 at the total, and I thought, oh, they've requested $500,000.
Yeah, they were shooting for the moon.
They're not afraid to ask, but that's way too much.
But I'd say keep in mind though, some of these projects are just like, let's say a pickleball court. So one time, once it's there, they're good for 15 years and maybe don't need a lot. I guess let's say if a small community kept asking for, let's say $150,000 every year, cause now it's like.
They do though. Mendon does.
Mendon
Mendon
does.
does.
Mendon
Last
does.
year they had a big ask
The
too.
library asked us several years ago, they were
Yeah.
some big ones, and it just constant.
Yeah, it's kinda like they just see that as a new revenue stream to
But
create.
then you do have other towns that, you know what, that they go for,
Yeah,
they'll get really,
Lewiston-
something really nice, get it done, and then they'll wait 2 or 3 years. and then
Lewiston
put it-
doesn't ask
Yeah.
until they need some.
I'd say so, but if they're always asking, that I would agree that we should.
So this
Jamie,
is
how
their
much did
number,
you suggest?
this is their number one ranked
Yeah,
item.
30 on each.
Dang it, I gotta get back to the right
think you
screen
were
here.
Everybody else
Let's try.
recommend.
I had 80 for both.
I had 30 for each, so, but I'd be open to 60 focused on one.
What did you?
Oh, I was more, I said 150 between the two of them, so.
I had 100,
Between the two of them.
but allocated all to their number one. But I'm willing to go less.
I would rather almost just like give an amount and allocate it to one project and
Yes.
I didn't fund the second one.
let phase
Yeah, I did
35
for
come
the
in
second one.
later.
80 for the one feels like a middle ground on, across the different numbers that I'm hearing. if
The
that's
playground
okay.
is their number one, so do $80,000.
For the Mendon Playground, phase 2, 80.
Phase two.
so that's number 55, 80,000. And then did you decide not to do the other one or what?
That one's pretty low on the list, but I
Discuss
guess we can
it.
talk about that one in a minute.
Okay.
Do you have a running total?
It's not an accurate running total. If you do take a break, I can
Okay,
adjust that.
maybe after we get done with this first page, yeah.
Plenty of money left.
Yeah, we've got plenty of money.
So
Then
then,
only, but then the balance, so you've gotta have, you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of them that are both, but then we gotta make sure they're out of the specific wraps or restaurant.
Providence City on this one, they wanted the whole thing paid for by RAPS, not the whole thing, but 90% of it paid for by RAPS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned about
Yeah,
that.
and they have plenty
always
of
do.
revenue.
Yeah,
They
those are
have
the ones that I tend to score
Sales,
lower
and-
and take down.
yeah, they have sales, they have plenty of sales tax that they generate in their city, and they've got a big population base. So,
I agree, full funding is not on the table for me on this one. I
No.
listed it at 160, but I'm open to,
I had 150, but
I had 154.8, which is 100% of the equipment and materials.
I love
big.
Bruce's.
I love it.
I like that.
160, or what, 154.8?
154.8.
Good.
No one can accuse Bruce of not doing his homework.
154,800
800.
on number 69.
28 cents.
Sorry. Number
No sense.
79,
79.
Unicorn Theater.
Change in that one from the year.
Theater by children for children.
I listed it at 10.
I love
I
the
had-
unicorn theater.
I fully funded that.
I had 12.5. I'd be fine with that.
I have neighbors that participate in that all the time.
Let's do full.
Oh, let's do full, it's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
For the children.
15,000 on number 79.
Yeah.
Anything that keeps kids involved in something besides video games and TV.
Cash community bands. Is that the one that is the people writing?
Are you allowed to vote on this?
That
I-
write
I
in the,
I perform with them, so I can do this discussion, but I won't vote.
is that the one that has the float?
Yep.
I love that one.
I say we just give them a couple $100. No. No, that is huge. When you see them in the parades, little things like that, and then other events, but
Oh,
it
I'm on
is
the wrong page.
rare. It is rare, you know, when they come in the parade, it's just rare to see in other parades and other places, stuff like that, just, you know, just that little hometown get-together that comes on the float, and, I think we need to keep that going myself, so.
We also perform
Oh,
during
yeah.
the year. It's the Cash Wind Symphony affiliated with USU during the school year, and then we just perform during the summer with the Cash Community Band.
But it's a very visible theme.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, they look for it. And if it's not in your parade,
Which one do you go, this will depend on your funding. Which one do you go to, Hiram or Lewiston?
Usually Hiram.
Okay, then I say for
yeah,
funding.
no, $200, $200.
It's hard to take the bandwagon out that far. Because we
The
have a
Hiram?
band,
I know,
to
the Hiram.
Lewiston, we have a bandwagon.
Bandwagon.
Only one way. It's the coming back.
I picked it up and took it out there.
There you go, if you want to drive us. Talked about it.
Okay, I say 6,000.
Yeah.
6,000.
Sure.
What instrument do you play, Kathy?
French horn.
Oh, wow.
Over 50 years, I'm getting old.
Woman of many talents.
The next one is number 12, Cache County. This is the Cache County Trail and Active Transportation Program funding.
These guys are always asking.
I have a long time habit on this one of expressing hesitancy about funding salaries out of RAPS.
Me
And I
too.
also have a long time habit of voting for this project anyways, because I really love the trails. I'm not sure how to resolve that, but I will probably register that concern and vote in favor again. I have it as fully funded.
I have it as, the other request was
Yeah.
for trail maintenance, I think.
That one, I got a question on there.
I don't,
They have a second one.
oh, it's not them?
It's a
Trail?
different.
It's a different
There's
entity.
There's cash, the Trails Cache, which is the name of the actual division of the county, if I understand correctly. I don't want to lecture to. members
In
of
development
council.
services.
Yes.
Development
Yeah.
services.
And then there's the Cache Trails Alliance.
Alliance.
Which is a separate nonprofit organization that also has a request for trails maintenance.
Correct.
On the one hand, part of me is happy that Trails Cache, that is part of the development services of the county organization, did not ask for extra funds for constructing trails this year. They have often had substantial asks in the past. On the flip side, there's a part of me that says, why aren't they asking for more money for this?
We need to fulfill the grants we already have.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they have, we've got
That's
some
huge
big
right now.
grants.
Fantastic. Okay, and that's excellent, because one of the reasons for doing the foundational salary stuff is that it's capacity building so that they can, and some of the things we've funded in the past was intended to be seed money so that they can go out for the big
Yes.
grants and do some
And they
stuff.
have brought in a lot of money, and without having dedicated staff to go out and get that grant funding, we would miss out on it. And so I think that
But
justifies the
you
salaries
can go
there.
broke with grants. I mean, because every grant usually has something else to come in the back door to help out on the grant. And you can literally go broke, you know, by someone giving you a bunch of money. And you know, when I say that is that it's the other money, the matching monies and everything, that's gotta come from somewhere. And so then it's usually robbed from Peter to Paul. I mean, usually has to come from somewhere or taxed, you know, at another level. And so, you know, you gotta be very selective to me in get the grants and let's get them completed and done before you have a backload of too many. I always, that's what I think. It's kind of one of those that you like to see them fulfilled before and make sure that we aren't taxed on them, so.
Is there a trails coordinator position actually in
Yeah.
development services?
There is.
Yeah.
Funded by the county,
Funded by
as
this.
a county.
There's two.
Two,
There's 2 full-time
Yeah.
two
positions.
full-time.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're funded by this allocation that we're considering now, not funded by, county operating dollars.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they are to work with all the organizations, you know, and, you know, make sure that if there's, DNR or something that's in an area they're working, that they make sure that there's a presence to those meetings, to where, hey, these are our plans, so that DNR doesn't kick or just change and push an expected trail or something, or an ambitious way of doing something on our end. You know, there is, at least there's someone at the table that's sitting there talking to them at those meetings, I know.
Are they still doing outreach to smaller communities, helping with their trails coordination to make that trail system? Okay.
Yeah, they are available to smaller communities
I
too.
recommended fully funding this one, but the reason I did was because this is less than they've requested in the,
A lot.
a lot. I mean, 22 is 385, 23 another 200, 24 300, 25 nearly $500,000, and now they backed down and trying to fill their, and that's why I recommended fully funding this one.
I recommended full funding as well.
Well,
Is that about
No, you're
170?
right. You're right. So,
okay.
that's all I have to say about that. Let's go the full funding on that one.
All right.
185,346.
340, yeah.
Number 25, Cache Valley Civic Ballet is the next one. This is for the community performance and operating expenses, number 25.
You have to fund the Nutcracker or the community will go up in arms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I put them closer to 40. I had to take it down a little bit. I just think that they're
Which is,
asking a lot for a paid organization that, you know, their patrons, you know, it's just a business.
I had them at 25 as well. I think
I
that's
have it
where we
25
funded
and
them
David
last
and-
year.
Yeah, I think. that was
that's
it.
the same as last year? That's what I have.
40, but that's okay.
I did 25 as well.
Do that.
There's something about the budget that they
That's what I was
hadn't
trying to find.
included.
Oh, I had a search option on.
That's-
We'll get there.
It'd be easier, wouldn't it?
The,
It has last year's applications on here too.
as something that might be helpful as you're navigating, Alma sent out previously an email that had a link to a Google Drive thing that is in alphabetical order. And I'm clicking off of that rather than trying to search in the
Oh.
thing to see.
I'm doing too.
And that's helping me get to applications
Much better
faster than I
than-
would get to them
Yeah, I'm
through the interface.
fine.
And also, that's why I keep staring at my screen. I'm not like checking emails or sports scores or something while we're doing this.
And I wrote them in the book.
So did I hear number 25, Cache Valley Civic Ballet?
I think we're all
25.
kind of wondering why we said 25,000.
Yeah.
And many of us said 25,000.
Well, I'm looking at it in the budget, in the budget, they included 25,000 of grant money. So they've only budgeted 25, but they made a request for 50. Didn't make sense to me.
They're budgeted what they'll probably get then.
So we'll fund their budget, not their
Fund their
request.
Fully funded budgeting.
I hope this isn't the quiet part out loud, but it sounds like the thing where you ask for more than you
Yeah.
need and.
Well, and their
hope that you
budget
get
shows
what
that
you
they're
actually need.
budgeting for $76,000 surplus.
Yeah, I saw that too,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think 25.
25,000.
25?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
agreed.
Number 42 is Jump the Moon Foundation.
And last year they were at 20, I believe I pushed them to 25 this year.
Yeah, I think it was capital improvements is a big portion of their
Yeah.
request.
I recommended 15.
Yeah. What was their number again? Sorry.
Number 42,
42. Yeah, I was at 20. Is that what you said?
20 as
I-
well.
And I pushed it up a little bit because I thought maybe, my impression was that they'd expanded and
Yeah.
they're kind of increased the number of things they're doing.
And they're gonna go do more outreach to the schools and
Yeah,
stuff.
the outreach part was a impact on that
I
one.
had 30,000. No takers.
My original was 20 and then I have a little line through it and went to 25, but
Should we do, you're at 30, you're at 25. Others at
20, 15.
yeah.
They're,
25 is kind of in the middle. We wanna-
Should we do 25?
their supplies were for 3,000, and their capital improvements were 12,700. I recommended 15,000. They budgeted.
I think that's a little low.
Should go for 20?
I'd go for 20 reluctantly, but I would go.
Okay, we'll go
20,000.
20.
I'm happy at 20.
Let's go 20.
Okay,
That
20,000.
sounds good.
20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is number 50, Logan Events and Activities. This is for the Center Street Giant Pumpkin Festival.
Okay, is this their number one?
Yes.
Yes.
They do have 3, I think.
Logan Events and Activities does?
Yes.
Yeah.
So is this another
This is
Logan
the
City
Center Street. No, this is the Center Street.
organization that was created for Logan City?
Yes, kind of. Well, not Logan City. So I guess it's.
Center Street Merchants, wasn't it?
Yeah, Center Street Merchants, and it was kind of like the Center Street Alliance that was actually under the Cash Chamber for a year. But they've basically, it seems to me, they've created their own 501c3.
We've got another entity promoting because we weren't giving enough in the chamber or something.
Yeah.
And so they've created a Center Street, and
Yeah.
in order to direct more money to downtown. I was uncomfortable with that.
All I know is I've attended their events and there's cajillion
Yes.
people there.
That pumpkin festival.
The
Like you
Pumpkin
can
Festival-
hardly walk. There are
Yeah.
so many people at the pumpkin
That's the
festival.
big one.
Well, you didn't wave to me.
Goodness, they're huge.
Oh, I wasn't there.
But it is a nonprofit organization that's.
They
that's
don't have
recently been
salary
created.
overhead.
But on the other hand, they're making good money, charging
It's
for
bringing
booth
money,
spaces,
yeah.
charging for the event. So I mean, I could see cutting it a little bit. I agree. What'd you put?
I funded,
If you can find any slave.
I funded the Christmas one, and I funded the pumpkin, the Halloween harvest one. I did not fund the other one.
The art one.
Yeah, I didn't fund that one either myself.
I'd like to see what they can do with one event, probably the Pumpkin Festival, before we go all in on funding multiple sets of events here. So I had the pumpkin at
I
7,000.
would like to just
I
see
had 7,500 for the pumpkin.
organization.
Is there a
event.
conflict between the two organizations?
Which organizations?
No, not
Downtown
really.
Alliance.
I just
wouldn't
think this
so.
one's more
Well,
successful.
The Christmas event, it's a long
Having
story, you
attended
guys
both
don't
of
wanna
them.
hear it probably, but
I remember.
the Christmas event was actually the Downtown Alliance through some hiccups and this and that, the city kind of took it over and then handed it to this other group essentially, is a good way to explain it. And so the Alliance is probably a little bummed that their trees were taken from them, but that's all right, meaning.
So it's an area that is created different event 5013Cs.
Yeah.
So that every event then applies, rather than that area apply for 3 events or something.
Yeah, and also, since they are applying for 3 events, but they're just events, it's kind of like we should almost just give a grant and say, well, use it how you want for your 3 events. Because really, the application has different names of who's in charge of it,
Yeah.
even though it's the
Yeah.
same group.
It's the same group with 3, see, to me, it ought to be here's one application, rank your applications like we do with everything else, you know?
Yeah.
And,
Your
A-
projects.
Actually, very similar to the Downtown Alliance's, their second request is for all of the downtown events they do, the Easter Walk, the ghost tours. That one's all clumped into one, saying, hey, that's for all the events. And then this other group, they're asking for 3 different specific events. But the art one hasn't been as well attended. The other ones are large. Interestingly enough, though, Center Street's just become this hub of events where that's where the marathon ends. Also, there's no application for it, but that's where I guess the Latino Festival happens there
Yeah.
too. But they're not asking for money and it's well attended. Anyway, I kind of think we could consider them as one event, and maybe it's $10,000 for all 3 events. Good luck.
Maybe next year Alma can request that they do that, just do one application for 3, how many ever events they
Maybe it's
want,
that, yeah.
like their events budget.
As I think about, all 3 events do have booth space availability that they have to pay for, so they do have revenue streams that kind of pays for the event. Let's just say it's not a free community event, say like I guess like, would be the downtown street walk, that there's no cost to anyone to do it, but this one, they do have revenue stream by charging for booth space.
Just know that pumpkin festival is huge, you can't even walk down
Though
there.
I say that, but then I also have to mention, say like the arts festival, they do bring in 2 stages. I mean, their expense to pull off the event is pretty high. Yeah, so that's not like it's not an inexpensive thing to pull off. Kind of similar to the Summerfest, in the sense that they also bring in stage and music, but also charge for booth spaces. But I guess the Summerfest just has a lot more space for a lot more booths.
So who makes up the Logan Downtown Alliance?
Anyone in the downtown who's willing to contribute. You could say it's all the downtowners, but only so. What the Downtown Alliance does is they give a kind of assessment to all the downtowners to say, hey, just like the Cache Chamber, though the Cache Chamber is all of Cache County, and it's basically, hey, you're a business, if you want to contribute to this group, just for support. It's not very expensive to be a member of the Downtown Alliance. It's like $300-400 a year for your business if they choose to.
So the people that would participate in the Logan Downtown Alliance, the Logan events and activities, the same group?
There'll be some that are overlap. I guess I would be one. I pay to the Downtown Alliance, but I'm also there on Center Street. But there's no assessment to the people on Center Street to be a part of this Logan events activities. They don't have a fund structure like that. They just do these 3 events. Basically, they own these events and they just do them using Center Street.
So it's it may be a subgroup then?
Yeah, you could say that. It's really just an independent group that are just, well, like really Mark Anderson, he actually bought this or acquired this event that was happening in Provo I say Provo, but Thanksgiving Point. It was happening there for many, many years, and then Thanksgiving Point was kind of like, hey, we're going to shell off this event, and he actually got it and brought it to Cache Valley. And it's big. It brings about 20 to 25,000 people in one day, a lot of out-of-towners. It's people come from all over. It's a good event. I definitely support it. I'm not a part of it by any means, but you know, and like I was saying, the cost of the events are actually, they pull off a pretty good event, that's for sure. So I think, but again, they've had 3 different applications. So I think if we gave them maybe 15,000 for all 3 would probably be sufficient.
That's probably a good idea.
And then they can allocate how they want, whether it's like more towards the Christmas event or more towards, the Christmas one is probably, out of the 3 of them, more of just a community event versus,
It brings in a lot of people from all over.
you know, 15 is probably too low. It should probably be,
20 to 25 for all of it?
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It's like Sacramento.
Sorry, I thought it was-
oh, you're good.
Yes, thank you. I'll pass it down, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Alma needs to, thank you.
And activities had 3 requests that totaled 315. And they were all about the same, 10, 5, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
I suggested 5,000 for the pumpkin, 2,500 for the Center Street holiday, and nothing for the art beat.
Sorry, will you repeat that? 5,000 for the pumpkin.
2,500 for the Christmas, and nothing for the art beat.
So,
I think that's a little low.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a little low from the amount of attendance.
Why don't we do, I think, why don't we do 20 for all 3 events and let them split up as they want?
Or even just like,
I
I've
say,
never done
I
the
say
art
we,
one.
okay.
I actually would like, I like your idea about 50%, all 3 events. If you go to that about 15,000,
So you're
that's what I'll
saying
go.
Okay.
5,
For all 3
5
events.
and 5?
But I think I would allocate them a little bit different. I would let them allocate the 3, I guess, or just put, originally I had 8,000 on the pumpkin thing, and I had 7,000 on the holiday and 0 on the art.
Yeah.
I'll support that.
That's what mine was.
That's what I had on them, and that's 15,000, so.
Out of the 3 events, the art one's the lowest attended one. I think they're trying to grow it.
Into something, but
And there's a lot of these new ones. I would like to see some growth in them rather than waiting for us to give them growth. And I think the ones that survive, the ones that do really good, are usually the ones that they're growing despite us, despite the RAPS committee, despite the RAPS money, they're growing.
We're not nursing
And
it to keep it.
then all of a sudden, when that momentum's going, then when you put a little RAPS money into it, then all of a sudden it really broadens out, and then it'll have an explosion to it, and that's really neat to watch. So, those first, that baby years of going on with something, those are survival years. You don't want them just to survive just because of you. You want them to survive despite you, or in spite of you, not despite you, in spite of you, so that you can then, now, we see it, now let's just,
Because that shows
The
the
next
community
level for you.
supports it, the community wants it.
yeah.
Yeah, they want the pumpkin festival.
I've been split in all different directions there, because I do have property
Off of Center Street, and sometimes I've been a little bit of a naysayer, because they also dump the garbage cans in front of our property when it's time to pick up day, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, don't put all this burden on me, and so I'm like, lower your events, use the plaza more. But then recently I thought, oh man, they're doing great events, all the events, because there's more than just this group that keep using it. And so I'm like, okay, let's do more events. Let's close that street all the time. Because I'm always concerned with the people who do,
business operations there that
it does help some, like the restaurants,
but it does hurt others when it's always constantly closed.
a lot during the summer.
Well, like the pumpkin thing, it has grown without us.
Yeah.
And it's became very, very popular. And so now we've come in and let's give them a little bit. And I think the problem with the pumpkin thing is it will outgrow your area.
It kind of actually has.
It's already into the whole parking lot.
But you know what I'm saying, that's, it might just outgrow.
I guess I'm saying too much about myself there. 'Cause
People
I've
are
also
possessed
complained-
with pumpkins, it seems
Yeah,
like, I don't know
well, I've complained
why.
about that.
They're
It's like-
big pumpkins.
Well, the event
I
keeps
know.
growing,
My-
taking
one of
all the
my-
parking too, and it's like, well, where do you expect people to park? In fact, people are parking 3-4 blocks away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's- they're parking down by my house, I'm 2 blocks down, and they're all rent. It's just, they can't park the event. But I don't know if it'll ever move, because Mark Henderson likes it there, so it'll probably stay there. It's big. Anyway, it's a good thing.
So is
I like
that
the
eight
recommendations.
for the, 8 for number 50
8
and
for pumpkin?
7 for number,
For Christmas?
yeah, for the Christmas one?
Okay.
And I had 0 on the art one right now. If that's okay, I don't know, that's,
I'd be okay with that.
So number 50 was 8,000. Number 52, is, if I got the right one, was 7,000,
yep.
and 0 on number 51.
I don't know where they're at.
They're down lower, we'll,
That was the last one on the ranking anyway.
Oh, is it?
The
Oh, yeah.
art is 0.
Yeah, they end up at the bottom.
Where's Christmas? What one is that one?
Nothing personal.
52?
52 is midway down the last
I
page.
see that, 7,000.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is number 58, Millville. This is for a basketball court.
I had them at $30,000.
Add 30.
I'm at 25.
I didn't fund this one.
They have a big ask on Project 57, or bigger ask,
yeah,
that
we,
that didn't score quite as well, but I believe was their first priority. I think the South Park playground update was their higher
Oh,
priority.
yeah, we did talk about that one.
We did, and you funded that at 100,000 on number 57.
that's why I was thinking,
I put 100,000 on 57, but nothing on 58.
I had 100,000 between both of them, myself.
That's about the neighborhood I'm in, but it is tricky, because sometimes I want to say, well, they have 2 different applications, let's let them put the money where they want to. But I think we have a compulsion to decide on the applications they send us, not on, I think we have to award to one or the other, or split it how we see fit. And they can, I understand they can come back and appeal to the council to reallocate later if they want to, but.
Yeah, you can't, we need to manage them as the applications. And so you can't just say, hey, here's 100,000, split it among your 3 applications. I need to know on the management over the next couple of years, how much you're gonna put on each one, so that makes it easier.
Otherwise, that's
on
how
her.
you get phase 3, phase 4, and phase 5.
Yes.
So,
And then you start creating, oh, you gave us 100,000 for our 3 projects, we can use it on whatever we want.
They just use it on.
We need to make sure when they submit their application or their reimbursement request, that it's under qualifying, activities. That's why we need to manage them independently.
So is the consensus that this will not receive funding?
can we just highlight it?
On number
Yeah,
58,
Let's highlight that, and let's kind of go through several of them, and that might be one that we come back to.
and number 57, you
But-
did put 100,000.
Yeah, we put 100,000 on that one, but let's just highlight 58 right now, and
Okay,
we might come back to it.
This is another one where I took the 5.5 million and
Yeah.
took it times the percentage, and it came out to be 95,000.
And we put 100,000 on the first one.
Yeah.
Mountain West Strings.
number 59,
I fully funded it.
I put 2,500.
I put 2,500.
Yeah.
Mountain West String.
I put all 5,000 there.
Me too.
I had it at 4,000, so
When we go 4 be where we could settle?
They budgeted for a surplus of $14,000,
Yeah,
and that's why I didn't give them the full amount.
but what I really liked was it's only 1.5% of their whole,
Yeah.
you know, that it was a help and a push along rather than survival.
I'm fine with 4,000.
Okay.
Let's do that.
4,000.
Yeah, everyone, okay. River Heights.
Number 71.
I had a question about last year's.
Are we funding the same thing every year?
It feels like,
We
doesn't
put
it?
50,000 into this project last year,
Yeah, we did.
and so we need to get it done. I have it at 60.
Does that mean we're funding the whole thing between the
But
2 years?
Didn't,
I
well,
put
they-
it at 35,000
didn't they come in
and switch around.
and they switched it over because they,
The location.
yeah.
They changed the
was it just
location.
location, or was it the?
They
it
did a
went
new
with
Bowery
the
at the
facility?
other park,
No, it was the same, it was a pavilion,
a pavilion.
and it was moved from one park to another park. I don't remember the reason, but it was moved to another park, and the
But
council
was it
approved
this year or
that.
last, or was it 2 years ago?
Last year.
I think it was last
So
year.
now we're coming back to this park for another pavilion.
Huh.
Oh, and I think the other one that you moved it was, it became unsafe, and they needed to replace the other one sooner than
Was it the
that
one
one.
at Ryan's Park?
I think
I
you're
don't
right.
remember the names of the parks, but yeah, it was a,
Remember that now.
Stewart Hill Park. Oh,
Well, the one that they took it to another location, I think, was the Ryan's Park.
you know, it became unsafe.
Using your calculation, what did you come up with for the amount?
I wanted to fund 50,000 of this 70 that they're requesting, because we will have funded 50 plus 70 is 120. The whole project is 140, so we would have been funding 85% of the project.
But it, yes and no, because it turned around and it went to a different pavilion.
So now we're funding,
And it wasn't part of it, but they got that one done, I guess. Now they're coming back to
Think so.
redo this one. So we're actually funding 2 pavilions, due to some safety issues and, I guess, redistributing some money to a different place.
So what did you recommend?
I had them at 60,
60?
because they were asking for half, but even if only half of that project, I don't feel bad about the half of the project either, the
I'll
70.
support that.
So, if they can come up with the other 50%, I think, if you fully funded at 70,000, I think you're fine. I believe that's what they're asking, right? Have I got?
70, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
That was their request, yes.
I'm good with 60.
60?
60, okay.
60 is where I'm at.
Okay, 60,000.
60,000 on number 71.
60,000, Elmer.
I'll let you guys talk about the next one.
Okay, I had somebody draw me a picture about the unsafe conditions with where you hit the balls and where hole number 1 is. I was like, oh, okay, fine, I guess it's a big deal.
So number 74, this is the Birch Creek Golf Course Safety Netting Project.
I have it at 200,000.
This is to go along the homes that are,
No,
Along the driving range, so I guess if you're at hole number 1, there's a driving range right next to it, and so it's quite,
oh,
they wanna put a net between the two so they can extend their driving range the full length and then not hit the people playing hole 1.
yeah.
That net has protected people from me before, so I'm familiar with the lay of the land there.
Yeah,
what they currently have is not very pretty.
yeah.
It's just, has the poles, big old tall poles and stuff, but it is a hazard. Where they have that driving range and that it is a hazard. And I quit golfing years ago Because the last time I did, I took my wife, she was, no, almost 9 months pregnant.
Oh, maybe it's been a
I
minute.
hit a ball, and it went over and went right into the golf cart of like some guys that were sitting in there. It bounced around, I swear, like 5 times, must have hit every one of them. I handed the club to my wife, they all looked over, and they thought, we can't yell at a 9-month pregnant lady.
So you played the pregnant card on behalf of your wife.
Well, her hand was out and my hand happened to be pregnant. But, you know, but it is a city golf course. And so I guess that's what that's part of their parks program.
I don't have that note in front of me. What were they paying, what's the total cost of that? new-
240,
The total cost?
they want 80% of it, I think.
Yeah, they want 80%, and it's 242 at 80%.
I had 200,000.
I said 200,000. Looks like that's the consensus.
Let's go with
Let's do
that.
200.
I'm a little lower than that, but I'm fine with that. It's their number one request.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
They
yeah,
don't have other-
they don't have a lot of other stuff they're looking for here.
200,000.
Yes.
Yeah,
And for the size of that city, they're not really over asking in a lot of ways, you know.
Yeah.
Chamber music.
They're- And they do finish things, I will say that. Boy, I remember money went, the pickleball, boy, they jumped right in it. It's green and go and spent that year. It's really good at that.
Number 77, the Chamber Music Society.
I totally fine with them.
6%, their budget's 6,000.
I have it at
I
4,000.
have it 4,000, I think,
I
from their
have it
historic,
4,000.
from their historic requests.
Trying to find what I had, I can't remember.
Did you do 4?
I'm fine 4, yeah.
4,000,
4,000 for number 78,
yeah. 77?
or 77,
Yeah,
sorry.
77. Number 8, cash children's choir.
I had them at 12.
Exactly where I'm at.
They're great and everything, but I thought their costs, if I remember right, their costs were, they were in line, but where it was going, I had a question at one time. I had to come back.
Salary was it for the artistic director?
I had 10, but there's no prior accounting from
Yeah.
any prior year. No accounting for what they've done in the past, how they've used the money.
At some point, I had noticed that, at some point, that has to lead to a zeroing out of awards. I don't know if we're at that point yet, but it
I'd like
becomes
to know what they've done.
yeah.
You know, and it is general operating support and teacher salaries, but I didn't see the detail on how much really.
We have a 10,000, we have a 12,000,
Let's go 12.
12,000? Okay, 12,000
Okay.
12,000 for number 8.
for number 8. Okay, this one, the Cache County Fairgrounds Indoor Arena Ventilation Upgrades.
Last year, we funded a large amount for
We did.
fans and ventilation. Is this part of the same thing?
I think this is in the
Or is-
cattle barn, and that was in the,
And-
Event center.
And they were the upgrades to the cash, well, you got the cash arena, and then the event center. And those other updates were pretty well all the, event center. They've changed all that, and that's,
So this is a different deal.
this is a different thing.
okay, and is this more, like, I don't wanna sound overly simplistic, but is this more than what we can handle with some box fans and opening all the doors?
Oh yeah, very much. Yeah, we tried doing a lot of that anyway. And, that's what they're trying to get away from. They're trying to, have something that's, just a lot more effective is what they're after.
Which building is this one for?
The big, the big,
The dairy barn, is it?
yeah, the one that has the cows in the,
It's, yeah, with the livestock, but that's just used year round a lot of small rodeo events and stuff that are all year round and everything, and that they're trying to, they do have a high issue of moisture, and they're trying to get the moisture out of there because it is really affecting the exterior, no, or should be the interior and insulation and everything of inside. So they've got to get ways to get more ventilation going. Let's see, I don't think I had them at full funding.
I had them 100,000.
I had 100,000.
That's what 75.
I had them 105, but 100,000 is good.
I had not funded this given the magnitude of the water project, but I'm open to putting something there for them along the
Let's
lines
do
of what's
100.
discussed.
100?
100.
100?
I have been in some of those buildings.
100.
They do get really hot.
On 16.
Okay.
It's growing so much.
The next one is number 29, Cache Valley Cup.
We fund them last year?
We did, but I don't remember at what.
Isn't this the one that they didn't ask last year, but the year before they did?
I think they skipped a year.
Could be.
Got it right here.
Not sure.
But if I recall, is it a multi-day event?
Yeah, it's that
yeah.
one that they just cook all the soccer players.
Yeah.
Play at 2 in the afternoon.
To me, I had them at 5,000, but,
That's what I did.
you know, just to have
I'm
it.
fine
and
with 5,000. It brings a lot of people in. My
It-
kids
it
are playing.
it
Kids
does.
from Idaho Falls and American Fork, so.
I think last year was their first year, so this is their second year.
That's what it was.
5K, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
5,000 on number 29.
5,000.
I think they use about every facility in the valley for that event, pretty well.
Yeah, it is quite big, and it does. The thing I like about it being an overnighter is that you tend to get people who will stay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're eating here and they're.
And they buy rings.
Logan Shakespeare, 53. Everyone good? We're still good? Don't need a break? Okay, 53, Logan Shakespeare, Youth Shakespeare. Rent help.
I recommended fully funding.
I fully funded.
I did too. I
Okay,
put 5,000 on there.
$5,000 fully fund on number 53.
The only question I had was is it growing? It seemed to be
Their
kind of,
participation,
yeah.
I didn't know if they're, I
I didn't see,
their
I was
enrollment
a little
growing.
worried about it not growing, but still had them fully funded. So, and the reason it had fully funded was because of
Is that you?
Oh,
There's a
we
comment
have a
down there.
representative here from the Logan Youth Shakes.
I had it fully funded,
We're
you
saying
know,
fully
just
funded,
because you gotta have something for everyone, and
Are you-
that's another thing that
Is your
just
attendant,
applies.
is your membership growing or the participation? Could you come to the microphone and state your name, please?
I'm Joe Leary, I'm the executive director. It fluctuates a lot, unfortunately, because we're a youth program, people age out. And so we've been trying to grow, but also people go off and go to college, which is great, we love that. One of the things that's a benefit of this is all of the rent money that we're asking for is going to Cache Valley Center for the Arts. So it's going to another group that also benefits the valley. So we'd love for it to grow. We're working for it to grow. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. We're doing Hamlet right now, which doesn't bring in a lot of younger actors. The next show is going to be a comedy, so likely better for some younger actors. Any other questions?
I just look, I was looking at the.
Yeah.
It just kind of seems to be, kind of level,
Yeah,
so keep working on it.
thank you. And thank you for your support. We've really appreciated it.
Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
Number 65, Nora Eccles Harrison Museum of Art. Is this the Sasquatch tales? Oh, the lure and the lore of the West.
The lore.
Lure. Sound like
Lore Antler, yeah.
that.
this lives in a totally different part of the university
They
than where I
used to.
live, and so I feel comfortable stepping in on this one. The thing I really like about the applications that we're getting from the NEMA is that instead of just saying we want operating costs to support our general museum programming, but they say, all right, this year we're gonna do this, and it's a specific event, and they can use it to draw, and there's a clear value add for a program that happens, and they do something unique and different, or at least have done over the last several times. I proposed 5,000 for this one. Is that full? I'm
That's
not-
full funding. I'm fine with that.
Realize that last year's application was for the same thing.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
this
this
one
is,
is a little different.
this is a little, the last one was like,
Panel discussion?
although this one, last one was about Sasquatch or Bigfoot, legends.
Yeah, I think this is just
Right?
this is just the panel discussion, right?
Let's look. It's,
Didn't I read that?
Number
Oh, dang it.
65.
It says Nora Eccles Harrison Museum of Art support for, and then it drops off on what last year's thing was, on the previous year's funding.
I thought it was like,
It's the Sasquatch
it was the
one,
Bigfoot one, wasn't it? And it was like,
which actually, I did see it up. I guess it was probably up for most of the year. 'Cause I was just there a few months ago and saw it.
Katie Lee Coben came and spoke about it. I think this, this is a standing exhibit, is the lure, whatever, lure and lore of the West. So I think this is just the different,
It's a different application.
yeah, I think the standing exhibit is learn the lore, but the, last year was this Bigfoot. This year it's going to be,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
It's the same exhibit, but it's a different panel discussion. But it's the same,
But it's the same topic of lure and lore of West.
yes.
So that you can have something different under lore and lore of the
They
West.
take a different aspect of it each year
Yes,
and
you're saying,
highlight
you're
that.
saying it better than I, thank you.
All right.
So
I only had them at a couple thousand.
I put 2,500.
their application's only a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm okay with 5,000. You're not okay?
I'm okay with 5,000, but
If we need to compromise and drop a little, I'm fine with that, but I'm perfectly happy at 5.
Yeah.
yeah.
I said, it's fine to keep it at 5. Sometimes I do get, I wonder, it's like, well, it's Utah State, they're their own entity, they can do their own thing, but, they're supporting the arts, and it does bring people to see it. It is an art museum. I wouldn't say it's heavily trafficked, but they do events up there that are, quite a few events, actually, they do up there. So they're getting a lot of people in. I would do the 5, I think, just.
Okay, I think we've got 4 of us at 5. Okay.
Reluctantly.
Okay, I think there's 5,000 at number 65.
For 87, Wellsville City.
Is this the same application we've had?
It kind of is, yes.
Every
It's
year.
coming back. I'm surprised those courts aren't done yet.
Bless their hearts.
and there's a definition to endure.
Well, but I
If
guess-
it keeps coming, that's like the tennis courts that never die
Yeah,
or
but
something.
Yeah.
I think we've always kept the funding fairly low, so I'm not sure. I wish I knew more of the history of why isn't it done.
Yeah,
Um,
we've asked that. We've
yeah.
asked that several times, so.
I don't know.
Because it was resurfacing
They
last
got
time,
the
wasn't it?
foundation, they got the foundation, application too. But, yeah.
There's 10,000 in 24, 70,000 in 25, and another 110 would be 195 out of the 220.
So this,
But we're not funding 100% of the
so
project.
this is phase 3 then.
Phase 3.
But that's actually logical, it would only be 49% of the funding on this portion.
On this portion, on this phase.
Except the other two.
'Cause the other,
I'm sorry, I gotta.
These applications are not as well written, they're not as descriptive.
that's what, we've given feedback to
whole-
Wellsville about this.
Yeah, several times
It's
running.
been a multiple thing that Wellsville, give us real bids and better content in your application.
third year we've requested that?
Yeah. I don't know what to do with that, though.
Not getting,
Cause if we,
I
I guess,
recommended 100.
I had it at 40. I don't know if that means we're just gonna see it again for a fourth year.
Yeah.
I just wanted to fund it and get it out of there.
At some point, they'll make up the difference, right? I mean, they're getting impact fees. They've got a lot of building going on. They should be able to fund it themselves.
yeah.
There's new sales tax revenue coming in there now too.
Yeah, it's,
Well,
Dave, what did you have?
I've got a new password to log in.
I have,
I got logged out. I think, hang on, let me go back to that one.
what was our historic amount?
Yeah.
Pardon?
What did we get, who said how much we'd given them in previous years?
I had
Bruce
them,
had the numbers.
10,000 in 24, 70,000 in 25.
no, I didn't have any amount on that one, I just had one big question mark because I was trying to read and trying to figure out what you figured out on those tennis courts.
Yeah,
When is Wimbledon gonna happen, you know?
but we could, 60,000, maybe they'll finish it. I mean, that's enough, they can make up the difference.
Yeah.
Let's give them, I say let's give them the 100,000 myself. Let's get her done.
And just-
Let's get her done. Let's have some faith in them and get her done.
But can we give some feedback that,
We-
this has been a continual thing, that, like, yeah, rather it'd be nice if we had, if they had a full bid, they were gonna come up with so much money, that you need this much from us, not just keep phasing it out to the point that we just are funding the whole thing. It'd be good if they got some feedback
Yeah,
on
I
that.
think that would be, so 100,000, is that?
that's what I had.
I,
Getting heartburn over that?
100,000 on 87?
I have,
Some of them are not happy with that.
Okay, I won't write anything.
I'm not sure
It's
I
fine, it'll
feel
still
as
pass
good
if I
about
don't
that,
vote
but
for
I'm
it.
happy to, as a member of this board, I'm totally content with
you
being
don't, you don't need it
in the
in
minority.
unanimous, so if you're
Yeah.
having a majority, then
If
that's
there-
fine.
There's 4 people in favor of 100,000, and that's what should happen because of the
What's
way
neat
this
though
works.
is this is the dialogue that comes back to the council as we're going through things.
Yeah.
And these are, when these things are brought up and we have specific questions, this is the dialogue then that Catherine and I share to the rest of the council on that final vote.
Yeah.
But we appreciate that. That's what's supposed to happen here. So,
What did you feel comfortable with, Catherine?
I was more along 60,000, I just feel like we're never gonna, but, again, I don't, you guys can, you're 4 people, you pass it.
I'm fine with 60, but, I'd hope that we don't see them again next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. If we keep underfunding them, they'll just.
Well, but we're not really underfunding.
I don't think we're, they just need to put something in it
Yeah,
themselves, is all we're
I'm glad you said
saying.
that though, because that is the question,
Are we underfunding, or are they just not coming up with enough?
Yeah,
Well, they said it was only half of their budget, 49%.
but we put in the rest of the other half in previous years, is what we're saying.
That's what I'm saying, is like, we're really just
paying for the whole thing.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I will say, if the trails proposal comes back again next year in the same form that it came in this year, I am voting 0. Not to be a grump, or anything like that, but the quality of the application, the detail, those.
Oh, from Wellsville?
Yeah,
Oh.
we are in on the tennis court one, we bought into it, I support seeing it through.
I put 0 on it.
But I am, I guess we haven't had a vote on what will happen on the trails this year, and maybe it will pass. I will disclose that my vote was not supportive.
Mine was,
But we gotta get some improvement and strength in these applications, from, coming from Wellsville. I don't know that we have a great way to provide that feedback, other than to say it here.
well,
and-
messengers, right, who gets paid to do that?
That's
Is that other duties as assigned?
that's.
So what I do is I will send out to all of the applicants, I can send an email, and I've done this in the past, that the council or the board has provided feedback, please listen to the recording.
Yeah,
That's how I can get the feedback for them.
Do you want to send a message to Wellsville by terribly cutting this request then?
Well, that was my original recommendation on the tennis courts, but I can see this board has moved past that, and I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
a
I'm
sticking
fine.
point for a majority of the board getting to where the majority wants to be.
The trails application was very vague.
Yeah, very.
I don't, yeah, we can get to that one in a minute.
We'll hit trails.
Yeah.
So I know
Toward
what
the
you're,
end
I
of
know
the
you're
meeting.
talking here, but, I'm with you guys on seeing the tennis court through. Let's see it through. I'm still in favor, give them 100,000. Let's
And
get that,
Bruce, you're at
let's get the
100,000,
project
so you
paid.
have
Tell 'em that's
four, I think you have 4 votes at 100,000.
We'll fully
No,
fund.
I was going
then it'll
back
be-
down, but now I'll go back up.
But it's been fully funded and get it done.
Okay. Well, but I guess with that conversation of the trails, if that's one
Oh,
we may not fund.
I do not want to fund the trails. It's just, we want to put trails somewhere in our city.
Yeah,
It-
so
that is
let's
not
get
an
the courts
application.
done, and then, we can unfund that and let them strengthen that application in
Yeah.
the future.
We gotta have a stronger application on the trails one. I have that one zero
That's good.
myself.
Um,
Yeah, I don't want to fund the trails.
Okay, 100,000 then, are we okay?
100,000 on number 87.
And I guess we'll address the trails when we get there.
Some of them are not happy.
That was,
They're
yeah.
third from the bottom, so.
Yeah, I don't think
That's why
that.
they're down there. because
Next one is number 26, Cache Valley Community Theater Alliance. Bruce already alluded to this.
Oh, is this the shared sound system?
Yes.
Yeah, I funded it at 60,000.
Let's do that. Or actually, it's 613
And 4 cents.
And
Just-
kidding about cents.
Quick question, good grief, I had a grumpy go this cycle, I'm sorry.
I was grumpy this
Um,
too.
is all of that funding for the shared sound system? And if not, do we really want to put funding into an umbrella organization for the theater companies as opposed to putting it into the theater companies themselves?
Okay, go ahead, you can answer that, 'cause
It is, and they have, it is for their sound system and for an expanded sound system, so that if they have conflicting dates of use, they can divide it and use it between 2 theaters. Or if they have a big production, the basic sound system does not provide enough for a larger production. And so, yes, they will share it all, they all have all joined in the application. I think it's great. They, some of these present up in Skyview High School, and the Skyview High School sound system does not have what they need.
Where's this equipment housed? Like, where do they keep it? Is it at the Calnacas Theater that it's kept, or?
I don't recall.
Sure, that's fine. Oh, what was
Please
that?
come to the microphone
Yeah.
and state your name and thank you.
My name is Dakota DeWall, and I'm the secretary for the Cache Valley Community Theater Alliance. Our organization is a new organization. We're trying to build collaboration and shared infrastructure for the 3 different theaters. So we are separate and isolated from each theater to prevent conflicts of interest or bias towards one company over another. And right now, our intent, we have a member of our board who's willing to house that equipment in some personal storage that they have available. So,
And this stuff is probably used all the time for almost every show that's
yeah,
happening.
every production needs microphones. It is the most critical component of quality of production is the sound. And so,
I thought the actors were.
If you can't hear the
all these
actors-
years, all these years.
Well, if you can't hear them.
if you can't hear the actors, then all of their efforts go to waste. So that's why we want good sound.
I got something duped.
This equipment that we have available is aging out, and as Bruce was mentioning, there are limitations on how much we can cover. What the theater companies will do most often is either share mics during the course of the show, and that rapid transition of a microphone has a high risk of damaging the equipment. And so the best course of action is to have a microphone per person who needs to be mic'd. And that's what we're trying to do with this request.
And so, but like, this is something that's always been independent, like, so let's say the Utah Festival companies using the Ellen Eccles Theater. The Ellen Eccles Theater never provided this type of equipment, I guess.
They have some equipment available. I'm not sure at the Eccles if they offer microphones specifically. They will have like a console available if you're renting their space.
Yeah.
But it's separate.
It's just, I'm just asking, I've just never known how that's actually handled, that's,
Yeah, it's
Makes
typically
sense.
brought in private by the
Up to now, you've rented the equipment, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so this organization that's newly created,
Yep.
they get this funding, they get all this equipment. Do they charge all these other theater companies?
Our intent right now is not to charge rental fees to the
So
companies.
that will be available for use for those companies?
Yep, as well as the children's programs for both Music Theater West and Cash Theater, since both are doing children's programs this year.
To me, that is a good utilization of some money
Yeah, exactly.
right there. I think that's huge.
Consolidating resources.
They've come together and they work together. And you need to know too, that as they schedule, they try to schedule so that they don't
Overlap.
run over the top of each other. They want to cooperate with each other.
That's the biggest reason for the modular structure of this request, is that the children's camps are the most likely to overlap with the adult productions, because the children's camps have more flexibility. Usually the adult productions are limited by the availability of the space that's being rented, whether that be Skyview or the Eccles or one of the theaters on Center Street.
excellent. Well, that's cool.
I recommended fully funding this one. I like this project.
Yeah.
I did too.
And that was the format, because I joked earlier that we said 60, but it's actually 60,613.
I'll recommend that Bruce is telling the truth.
Full funding, Alma, on,
2,613
yep.
on number 26. Number 34, the next one is the Cash Youth Orchestras.
Cash Youth Orchestras.
I recommended 7,500.
I
Full support, but
had him at 6, but that's
I
7,500
can tell
good.
who's the music
I've been
lovers in this.
grumpy. I was at 4.
I'm at 3.
I had him at 4.
We've historically funded them, in the last
Previous years.
4
About
years, we
50%.
went 0, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000
Yeah.
has been the trajectory.
Yeah.
They do some cool stuff. I know some young people who work with them.
Are they growing?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Anything that
That's
gets
why I
kids-
think I went to
sorry.
6, so.
Anything that gets kids doing something, like I said before, other than video games and sitting around watching
They
something.
they requested 10, but their budget showed a $2,500 surplus. That's how I came up with 7,500.
I'm flexible with going up. If we end up in the 6,
let's do
7,
this.
If we end up in the
7,500,
six.
I'm okay.
Six, what?
Oh,
I was gonna do 7.5 like Bruce suggested.
yeah, let's do
7.5?
7.5.
Okay,
yeah.
7.5. I think they become conditioned to just know they're gonna ask more than they need, knowing that we'll counter. So I think that's,
7,500 on number 34.
yes. 46, Logan Community Foundation.
This is this is like a theater summer camp,
This
if I
is, they
remember.
keep changing their name.
Yeah.
Two requests, isn't there?
Did they have 2?
Yes.
Yeah, this is one of the theater companies.
What's the other
So-
number?
48. Oh, sorry, 46 and 47.
47, okay. Oh, man, they got lots of requests, a lot of money.
Bruce, what does your formula say? Well, I guess the formula doesn't help with the summer camp, does it? Have we already gone over the other request from this group?
No,
No, theirs is lower, 47 is lower.
Okay.
46, I thought they had a jump.
Oh, yeah,
Do they have a previous request over here? I had them at 40,000.
I have a 42, 40 is also. And,
Does anybody have a different number than
we
40,000?
did give them 45 last year.
I recommended 45 again this year.
45.
Yeah, they don't do as many productions as the other
Yeah.
company. And I have in my notes, I don't trust my own judgment as much as Bruce's, but I have in my notes that the school academy and summer camp had funds from last year that haven't been spent yet.
This is their second priority or in their ranking.
Yes, I think that the summer camp is the lower priority for them. But we ranked it as a higher priority
Yeah, we
across
did.
this,
I know.
this group.
It's pretty nice.
There was, I made a note, I'd have to look, that says that there's inconsistencies between the tax return and their budget.
Oh, this is why it's fun having a CPA.
It's a-
That's all the stuff I don't do.
Very non-emotional approach to it. I love it.
So 40 or 45, what do you?
He's looking, he's got some inconsistencies that he's looking at.
Yeah.
Well, some of the salaries in their production, the salaries in their budget did not agree with what the salaries were in the tax return. Maybe I'm just not reading their budget correctly, but, anyway, I recommended 45,000.
A lot of their salaries, they have kind of, it's based per show, it looks like. And, but it seems to be kind of like a repetition of this, like Aladdin, they had 3 shows. There's always ding, 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 but then you add all those up over there to what the total salary is, so it's kind of weird.
I think the numbers we have are 40 to 45. Is there another number that we're kind of trying to?
No.
If there's, are we talking about on summer camp or on the
On
general
summer
council?
camp.
Summer camp.
Yeah, I was a little lower than that, but I'm fine with 40.
And it is.
40,000?
It's only 13% of their, you know, what they're really asking is, so if we go 40, 45, either one. Let's go 45.
Okay, 45. It's 45,000 on number 46.
45,000.
Oh, we're on the last page. Everyone good? Do we need a break or just keep going?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Keep rolling. Okay. I'm gonna keep rolling. Number 56, Mendon City. Oh, we already decided this one, didn't we?
This was 0.
This was 0 because we funded the other one. Next one, Smithfield City History Museum Phase 4. Is this?
This is one you're voting on, Dave.
You know,
Is this the ADA
great
stuff?
big chunk of money that kind of pushed through that project, then all of a sudden, I don't know where phase 4 popped out.
Was this the ADA one?
Yeah, well,
I can't, my internet just only gave me 2 hours.
So if I remember,
Just
Popped out too.
re-sign
I
up,
had to
right?
sign in it.
Yeah, you have to re-sign in.
there was something in the application about making an upper floor accessible and usable space.
Yes.
And they can't comply presumably with ADA without an elevator and therefore can't use that space. Yeah.
The thing that bothered me in this application, it says we're almost ready for occupation. So we've been funding this all along and they still aren't ready to occupy the.
They did some, you know, like, it was major renovation, shoring it all up and everything, the first physical aspects, they did some pretty, I thought they were ready and going, because they've had people, you know, during their celebrations and had it open and everything and going, and I was shocked that,
It says we're almost ready for occupancy.
see, they want a wheelchair lift, is what this is to go to. And,
Maybe, can they not open without that?
You just can't use the space upstairs,
floor.
but they should be able to still open.
that's just, that'd be the only part that's not maybe but I thought all of it was.
This is all in the realms of the others that we're egging along a project that keeps injecting new expenses. That
Yeah.
this like it'd been nice if there was a final bid at the very beginning to say, hey, it's going to be a $1.5 million project. We're paying 50%. We want 500,000 from you guys.
Yeah.
And then it moves forward. But it just seems that they're just the piecemeal approach makes it difficult for us to know what we're actually, what participation we're
And,
giving.
you know, I have to speak up that this is one of the few museums We just don't have requests from hardly any museums, except for Daughters, the Pioneer over here and the
And USU.
American West. There's just a very few of the museums which this is supposed to support in some ways.
What's the main museum item they're gonna have? Is it history of?
It is the history, it's the Smithfield history of the,
history?
yeah. And they have a very, a strong working group that are quite passionate. Sometimes a lot of those organizations are very, very, very passionate, almost to where they make history. So,
Yeah.
but I'm
It says with funds from previous grants, contributions, and donations, the main floor of the museum is almost ready for occupation and displays. Public access to the upstairs would double the display space by making approximately 1,300 square feet of additional room available to showcase more of Smithfield's 164 years of history.
Is it
They
fair?
can still have access without the lift, right? Somebody
Not
just
for
says,
public,
not for,
not for public use.
because it doesn't have the ADA components.
Unless they have some way to grandfather the building in under ADA, if it's gonna be public, they could use it for storage or for administrative offices or those kinds of things, but if it's public space, my understanding is it.
the 30,000, 50 and 50 and 50 that was been given to them each year, I was, it just says, that has been utilized. I wish there'd have been a little more progressive detail in their application. When, they would have typed in, this is what we did exactly, this is where we're at, this is where we're at, for each of those funds. You can read that other places, but I like it in that, the RAPS brief report, how the money, what it came to us, what it was how it was utilized. I wish they'd have been more detailed in that part of it.
Is this one a fair one to say, let's maybe put a pin in it and come back and see what we've got left over? Dave, you're being persuasive to me.
I personally would like to have a better conversation with Justin Lewis. So.
I recommend it. My initial thinking was not to fund, but, and there's a part of me that would really like to see what their numbers look like when they open on the ground floor before we invest in doubling their square footage. But if we've got some space left, it is a worthy project that I think, I care a great deal about accessibility.
You're gonna have enough money.
That statement in there just it's interesting because it has been open.
Really?
Then during the celebrations and health days and stuff, they've had it, that's been kind of part of their, hey, we've announced it. It's been, they've been announced that it's open, come and visit it and everything. So apparently what they're thinking is that it hasn't been opened upstairs yet.
Do they have enough to display
I know, yeah.
upstairs?
Oh, I'm sure they will. There's a lot of, everyone saves everything in Smithfield. And then all of a sudden their kids say, what do we do with it?
Donate it, take it back.
I got 18 totes right now up in a storage container that, would anyone like?
The Smithfield Museum.
Trade you for my mother's stuff.
What was the total cost of that lift that they need?
60,000, 56, what was it?
77% of their entire budget is the wraps.
I recommended 40,000.
I recommended 40,000.
Let's go with 40.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just put it down and then.
Yeah.
And put a period behind it.
Done. Your project is done.
And it better be open.
Yeah, it should be.
Number 73, 40,000. And I highlighted it in yellow. Do you want to
Yeah.
revisit
We
it?
need to come back.
Possibly.
We can revisit it.
Wellsville. Okay.
Wellsville's foundation.
This is not Wellsville City. This is their Tabernacle
Yeah.
Preservation Foundation.
And
What's the
exterior-
tie to tourism or recreations art project? My only headache on this one was a cool building, cool project, lots of heritage. But what's the tie to, do they use the Tabernacle to host events that would be arts and culture related?
How much is it, community events? What are they,
Yeah.
how
I've
active?
actually never seen it open when I've been out there for any event.
I don't know.
They have it during their Labor Day,
It's open then,
For Founder's Day?
for Founder's Day.
yeah. And I don't think I've been to that event, but it's been a while since I've been out that way for different events. But in the past, I've always wanted to walk in it.
Exterior maintenance.
But those are really good questions that you're bringing up, I think, is, yeah, what is its tie towards
I
the events?
recommended fully funding. It's,
I'm glad they're not asking for a lot.
we've invested in that building before, and this is for the exterior to protect and maintain it. I suggest that we do it.
And the funding, the money was actually kind of going to things that literally could not be, like the rental of the lift, you know, they had to have for 8 weeks to complete. I mean, it's just things that they couldn't otherwise get help from the community probably. And I think there's still quite a bit of donated labor looking into this thing to do it.
I like and commend all of that stuff. The only question I have is, will this building at some point, whether now or at some point in the future, is there an intent that the Tabernacle could host concert series?
That's
or
their intent.
those
They
kinds
want to
of
get it
events?
restored to the point of being able
Where they
to.
can do that. And if it's helping them along because they're not quite there yet, then I'm open to that. I think it fits.
Yeah.
But if not, then if it's just to restore a historic building, I have pause. But so it sounds like it meets the terms, and at that rate, I'd fully fund because it's a great match.
I think they envisioned it kind of like the Logan Tabernacle, where they would have community events coming in and concerts and lectures.
Let's-
From what I
Yeah, they've
understood.
reached out to me.
I say fully fund.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's,
17,675.
okay, number 39. Oh, did we already talk about this one? Oh, no, we
No,
haven't.
this is the Hiram City, the Children's Holiday Theater.
This one is a new request, and I kind of looking at Nibley cities and Smithfield cities, I kind of looked at them for funding, so I thought it would be in the same vein as the amount of funding we gave Nibley and Smithfield.
I suggested 2,000.
I'm along those same lines.
I agree.
Anybody else have?
I was
Why don't we
gonna,
bump it to 5?
I was gonna give them 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they need to go and talk
They
to
need to
those
go visit
cities
with the Nibley people.
and see what they do with
And
volunteers.
that's, again, they're just getting
Yeah.
to go, and you hate to,
Get some help from, I mean, maybe what Smithfield's is what, 3,500?
yeah.
We could do 3,500, what Smithfield's get? Smithfield?
Okay, let's be fair.
You look at
equitable
Nibley,
that
how
way.
many kids they get involved in Nibley,
There's
that's just
cajillion children in Nibley.
Yeah. Tons of
So
kids.
3,500
3,500 on 39.
on 39. 84 Valley Dance Ensemble.
84,
They have banners on Main Street.
Yeah.
I noticed that while I was driving here today. This is one that I noticed a big change in
This
their
was kind of a
funding
worry
request.
to me. I had them at 5,000.
I had them at 5,000 too. That must be historic funding.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Yeah,
at
it
as
was-
well.
It was just, there was just a worry in reading the application. It was not a excitement.
Yeah, I
It
think,
just didn't, I'm going, you know, it just didn't seem like, hey, let's just, you know, this is an organization that's really getting, you know, that's going, and
supported by the,
yeah,
so.
I think based on historic funding, is everyone okay with 5,000?
Yep.
Okay.
5,000 on
On 84, yeah. Now we are on Bridger Folk Music Society, 7.
I had them at 1,000, but if
I had them fully funded.
fully funded at 1,600,
I have them at
yeah.
I think
1,600.
we can fund them at
1,600 I think's good for,
I had them at 1,000 too, but looking at things, I think we can,
1,600.
yeah.
it's only
In
26%.
their application, there's no mention of how many concerts, there's no
Yeah,
detailed reporting how they used the prior year. There's no prior year budget.
Like concerts.
I felt that there was a general deterioration in the way the applications were prepared this year.
yes. I think that people need to listen to the minutes of this meeting and prepare this isn't just a money grab, that this is,
Okay.
we're fine keeping a fund balance.
Can we write a letter as a board? Have you put that out?
I mean, we
Yeah.
can, and Alma can send it to all the applicants.
send it
This
to
is
all the
not a money grab,
applicants.
that we do our
No,
due
a letter
diligence.
of encouragement.
Letter of encouragement.
Well, I think with,
We are not obligated to give the funds, we can keep a fund balance.
yeah,
Or,
I think
just
with this
need-
one, in the notes, if you could make sure that they get information on that
More
their
clear
application wasn't.
I think you said you were grumpy,
well
I think it's been too,
vetted.
I said, these are not
And then maybe
the caliber of the
that one
applications.
next year, if it's similar, then probably just
Any
fund
of
it
them
all.
that are
Okay,
similar.
okay, number 19.
Number 19, Cash Trails Alliance Ricks to Steel Connector Trail Match.
I read through this one.
This was, had a $57,000 request. I don't remember much on it.
I have this at 50,000.
I had it at 50,000 as
I
well.
have it at 0.
I think,
I did.
it produces a trail, where there was none. It improves connectivity in the network. I have, their other application, I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about, but this one seems to me to be something I'm excited about.
I had it at 50,000 as well. Bruce,
Their application, they said an application had been submitted for a grant to the Utah Outdoor Recreation. Anything that we give them, I think, should be contingent upon
oh, if they get funds from the,
if they get funds from the Outdoor Recreation Grant.
EORC.
Then I will support it, but if they don't, no.
I like that.
a contingent, so can we put an asterisk by this?
Can we make?
Contingent upon receiving,
I think we can, but I will double check, but we could,
I don't remember
Could
us ever
explore
doing that
that.
before.
yeah, I've never heard of that. But typically, when you do apply for grants, and if you don't get the other, then you shouldn't get the other funding. So, yeah, we can make a note of that.
So they may be using this as a matching grant then?
It was, I think it
It
was
was to put towards the
specifically for a
outdoor.
match,
Okay.
yes.
And the reason I put 0 on both these, it was a 60, it's 18 and 19. Yeah, I put 0 on both those. To me, both those, where they're at, their location, which they need to be working very closely with who? Forest Service. That ought to be also working, and I think they ought to be then working with our trails, Cache County's trails. I think what they're doing, I just don't think a separate entity. I think they ought to be working specifically in more detail with them and getting the grants together, rather than come through the RAPZ. I don't know. I just think I think the trails that we need to really be contingent and working strongly on are those that are within the base of the valley, where a stronger base of the people would probably utilize. Up there, I think that they need to be tied, and I'm sorry, but anytime you work with the Forest Service, what would cost me $10, they'll spend $150,000. I swear, and you going, are you kidding me? I just see, I don't know, I'm worried about the purpose of a lot of that, and there should be a lot more dialogue, I guess, with the county in all those together, and I'm not seeing that in their application. And I think they've been unsuccessful last year in an application. We also turned down. I think there was some reason that the only application we did give them was a couple of years ago. There was $12,000 that was given to them at that point.
Well, their second ask is, for operational costs, and it's like, okay, so they're
Yeah.
kind of, seems like they are running their own little
Right,
trail.
and so those things, operational costs, and rather than concrete or timber,
The operational cost application gives me substantial heartburn. The playing a little devil's out, I see totally where you're coming from. If there was a NEPA application required for this, that that gives me a lot of pause. But by the same token, full disclosure, I'm a mountain biker. People come from all over the state to ride the Jardine Juniper Trail. And while they're doing that, they stop and eat in our restaurants and stay in our hotels. Stump Hollow, the word is out that Logan Canyon's a great place to go bike, and a better trail network. Nobody ever went to mountain bike in Richfield, Utah, because there were not good places to bike there. Several years ago, they installed a really impressive trail network, and now their stress is, well, why are all these people here staying in our hotels and eating in our restaurants? We got and the power of a strong trail network to bring folks in is substantial. It's a totally different set of folks maybe than we're meeting through some of the other things, and I do think we need to have a robust discussion. In some ways, I feel like some aspects of the, I don't see my role on this board as being in a policy-making role. I want those decisions to get pushed to the council, not to this group. But if we start getting asked for administrative funding for trails organizations, it feels like it pushes us in that direction. Yeah. My inclination on that is to say, we're already funding one through the county, and I don't think that I want to be in the business of funding additional trails organizations. If there are community-minded organizations, volunteers, and they can, then we nudge them to work with the formal administrative support structure that's already in place through the county government. And maybe that means the policy push needs to be that for trail construction for this organization, that needs to happen as well. I don't know that I quite feel that way, but I don't know. There's a lot of words to think about that are not worth much. But
Those
Well
are,
said.
those is well said,
Very well said.
yeah. But then, of course, if we're talking this 50,000, we were saying it'd be contingent on if they get the other grant, and if not, then this won't happen.
If they get that, then my vote would be 50,000.
Yeah, I'm okay with
I'm
it.
there as well.
Yeah, but back to the organization, yeah.
Yeah. So 50,019, but with that caveat. Covenant, caveat, whatever you want to call it. Okay, 47, Logan Community Foundation.
This is the theater company.
Oh, yeah.
So we already did we already decide on this one?
No.
No, that was the school, the summer session
Yeah,
component.
this is their number one.
This is the
They
one
have
where I
two.
wanna know what Bruce's formula says. I think they only do 2 shows in
Yes,
this
and
group,
it would be
right?
50,000.
So that put us at 50?
50,000. Everyone okay with 50,000?
Yeah.
50,000 on
50,000.
47.
On 47. 82, this is the USU Summer Citizens Supplemental Class
Yeah,
thing that Jamie told us about.
I had 0.
After I talked to Jamie, I kind of understand it a little bit better. If
Right.
they can come here and get, my parents have, what is it called when they can go in and sit in a class, audit a class? And they've really enjoyed that in the past. If this allows them to do something similar to that, then without having to pay all the other fees associated, then
I have to, it's been a long time since I was an instructor for USU's Summer Citizens, but I'm gonna sit this one out, just out of an abundance of caution.
yeah, I understand.
gotcha.
I had 10,000, but
Yeah, I would do 10. I do think what they're offering, it is just, I'm glad they're still doing it. When they actually, I guess, got rid of the housing part, I thought, oh no, it's gonna kill it. And, but part of that drive to bring them is the, well, we talked this slightly earlier, Bruce, but it's the opera company, it's Utah State's provided educational fun things for them to do, seminars, training courses, and, and so I'm glad they're keeping that going, and I think this is a gesture that we appreciate it too, and if it's opening up to more of the community, even better.
we need to support this. This is our RAPZ tax money. We need to support the Summer Citizens Program. Let's just be honest about it. If we don't do this, we won't have.
Did you fund it, Bruce?
I'm looking right at him.
I didn't, because I remember back when they were part of it, and then they said, no, we're not gonna do this anymore, and then the chamber took over, and now they want back in. But it's back in a different way, I think, now that we had that explanation.
I think part of it is they're just still doing the same courses that they were doing, that they've always been doing, and I think this is just supporting them to keep doing it, or else they'll probably just stop doing it too, 'cause
Wasn't a lot of this, we could look to fund a brochure, the printing of a brochure that they were gonna hand out that showed all of the courses they were offering.
look at that, yeah, that would be excessive amount there for that. But you guys will remember the history of the Summerfest, that it was ran by IHC for many years. They dropped it, and it fell into Logan City's hands, and Logan City ran it for about 4 or 5 years. And quite frankly, it was really funny, as Logan City was saying, this thing's losing money, we're gonna get rid of it, it's just, really, it's just, let's just say government didn't know how to run it well. And once it spun off of Logan City, it's been a highly great event, and it's grown, way more. I mean, it was dying. Logan City was, I'm not to blame the city, but it just wasn't being ran to be successful, and it was literally dying, and they wanted to kill it. And it's amazing that it spun off and was successful. I guess that said, similar to this, it'd be nice that Utah State threw off this thing saying, hey, we don't want this anymore. But I'm glad that they're still willing to participate and help it be successful.
They are a big part of the appeal, I think, of.
They kind of are.
This is,
And it's still USU
there's
housing.
a duplication of efforts though,
Yes.
because they included in their budget are hotels and travel per diems. So are they gonna be going to Arizona too, in addition to our chamber people?
Yeah,
Because this is
yeah.
creating and printing information
They might be
program.
part of the delegation, you could say, because I know that they go down there and educate people to come up here. I'd assume they're part, I guess Julie Hollis has gone on that trip too, to help say, hey, this is where you should come. So I'd call it more of a just marketing for Cache Valley. But we could not.
You said
fund it all.
10,000.
Yeah, that's where Cache
That's what I
Valley
had,
fallen.
was 10,000, Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3, do we have 4?
Full extension.
Why can't they get together with the chamber? And
That's what
And that's probably what should happen with that.
it just seems like we can get more if we do it separate.
But that would include though then the chamber saying, oh, don't worry, we'll pay you to do these courses up there. As I'm sure it's taking staff and personnel costs. Sometimes it's hard to team up.
I will break my vow of silence for just a moment.
We do need that.
Simply to say, I do think the application would be stronger together
Yes.
with the chamber going in and USU as a sub-awardee, and saying we will, if USU needs resources to do stuff, have the chamber put in for the resources and say, if you fund this, we'll provide these things to USU so that they can give us space for lecture halls, instructors to participate or the like. It is my estimation that would make a stronger application. That doesn't necessarily help make a decision on what to do with the proposal that's before the group right now.
Well, why don't we do the 10 and tell them those very words, that we won't fund this next year if we see this the same way. And say that we'd like to see it as a joint thing with the Cache Chamber. And whether we'll let them worry about how they figure that out, but let's just say maybe that's, if we give them that head nod and say next year, we'd like to see you just combined with the group that's already doing it. And this partly comes because they did back away from carrying the event.
Thanks, Joe.
Was it
10,000.
Okay.
10,000.
82. 20 is Cache Valley Center for the Arts out of area marketing. Wow, this is that marketing again.
As much as I sometimes struggle with the marketing, it is something that's listed as, like our call for proposals does
True.
say, we fund this.
That it is an
And
acceptable
so,
use.
While I sometimes wonder about how many flyers we might print and distribute, it's very much in bounds for the intent of the funding, so I have a hard time wholesale dismissing it, even if I have some instinct to be skeptical.
Yeah,
I had them for 10.
I'd be fine with
I
10.
put them for 12. Yeah, 12.
I have it
12?
They
at 10.
keep track of the people that are coming from Salt Lake and from Ogden, and they do a lot of their marketing through the internet, and they keep track of where tickets are being bought and marketing to that area, and they do a pretty good job.
I agree.
And also, this also, I mean, with the marketing, when it's outside the area, in a way, it's doing what Julie Halls also does, and it's pushing,
Market.
it's pushing Cache Valley.
Cache Valley.
It's saying, hey, we're a great place, great community, we're a great place to live, look what we have going
Maybe we
on.
don't want to do that so much anymore. Look how creative it's getting.
I know, yeah, I know.
Can we calm it down a little bit?
Particularly keep it away from California.
Come and visit, spend your money, and then go back.
Yeah.
Did you say 12? Did somebody say 12?
I did.
The full funding? What does anybody else say?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, let's do
Okay.
full.
Okay, full funding at 12,000.
Who twists your arm?
Yeah, that's
Okay, number 37. This is that proposal. I don't know if I understood it all the way. From the North Logan Library. Is somebody here that?
Yard was crazy.
Ryan could speak to it, I have a
Oh,
little bit
Ryan
of
is here.
background on
Yeah,
this as
Ryan,
well.
do you mind coming and introducing yourself?
Clear us up here.
This is the Friends of the,
Yes.
So I'm Ryan Campbell,
Not
North Logan City Parks. But so the Friends of the Library have their own separate account. And so the Friends of the Library, we're gonna put in the 125,000 to do the match with this. So it's in their courtyard area. The library and community center are being rebuilt. And so out there in that area, they wanna do a lot of programming in conjunction with the library that would be out in that space that's right there by the North Logan City Library.
And then what events are you planning, or is the Friends of the North Logan City Library?
this is North Logan City.
Is it a separate 501c3?
It's a separate one, separate 501c3. So North Logan City, we are gonna come in and we're gonna be doing a bunch of the work, like, we're gonna be doing the landscaping and trying to cut down costs with that. And so they were hoping to do, like, library events, like they've had magic shows in the past, and they've had people come and do zoo stuff, and then just other city events that would be in conjunction with just the library.
You've got music, you've got, the magic show is always big, they've got animal events, lots of the kinetic learning and cultural activities. And the site for this is where you got the old library that's being renovated a little bit. You've got the new city offices, and then there's the big community center behind that the library is using for programming. All of those were paid for with municipal dollars or donations. The Friends of the North Logan Library have substantial support from Wasatch Properties and Deloy Hansen, and are willing to put up half the funding to cover this beyond what the city's already doing in kind with landscaping, grading, all that kind of stuff, to put together an outdoor infrastructure space where activities that are currently running at 50 to 60,000 attendees a year can get bigger and be more successful because there's a better space to accommodate them. And actually right now, the space that used to accommodate the outdoor events at the library is
It's gone.
dirt and chunks of concrete. So something has to go in there eventually. The other thing that's nice from my perspective, granted this is, I have a little insider background with North Logan City, but the nice thing about working through the Friends of the Library is that there's a commitment for opportunities for more funding to grow, to cover the costs of putting on the events and activities and support the expansion. So my conversations with representatives from North Logan and the Friends, but correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, is that the thinking is the Friends aren't gonna come back and ask RAPS to fund the magic show or the animal events or scales and tails, I think they call it, and those kinds of
Farmers
things.
market.
They're asking for funding for the infrastructure so that they can go get the private dollars from a donor where they already have an in and amp up the programming to the next level. It's just the physical infrastructure that they're looking for support on here.
How many phases?
We're just doing the one phase. We better have it done. I don't want to do any more phases.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I recommend 100,000.
Anybody else have any thoughts on it?
I had 100.
I think that seems good. That's impressive that the Friends of the Library has been so proactive that way. That's neat.
I'll support the 100.
Okay, it looks like we have a number of
Sounds great.
100,000.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering our questions on number 37. Okay, and I think we were, Alan, agreement number 40 would be 0. Is that correct? We funded the other project by Hiram City. Moving on to number 49, Logan Downtown Alliance.
Yeah, this is one I was talking about, that last year they got 20,000, and I was surprised they asked for less.
Yeah, but they split off into 6 other groups. It seems like all of a sudden now they're doing pumpkin, there are all these other.
No.
It sounds like a syndicate.
Yeah, I struggled with this one.
Yeah, I did.
It's positive.
Yeah, no, those are the groups, they're 2 different groups.
Yeah, these events are not on the scale of what some of the others were that we funded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some amount of support is probably appropriate.
I mean, I put, like, when trick or treating is just, I mean, thousands of kids are gonna come walk up and down Main Street anyway. The business, it's kind of a standing, I don't know what we really have
They
to
have
do.
trick or treating downtown here.
Oh, you should see the amounts of children there are downtown.
Wall-to-wall kids everywhere.
I mean, I don't know if that's really,
How do you guys make any money? You give it all away. Do you give rings away?
I don't know, it's, yeah.
you give rings away.
Well, maybe the other question that I have on this is, what's the tie, the ties to recreation? I get, maybe trick or treating is recreational, and I need to have a broader scope of what that means. And I didn't mean to sound flippant on that. I'm open to thinking that broadly. Tourism or tourism promotion, maybe there's some links there. I feel like the connection to core purposes here could be clearer, and it may be present, but I feel like a stronger application would make them clearer than what I got out of it in this go round. I recommended 5,000 for funding on this one.
I recommended 1,000. I didn't really see these as, but anybody else have numbers? Bruce is furiously flipping through papers.
I had 5,000 as well.
It does
5,000?
probably 6 or 7 events. You know, it's the trick or treating, it's the Easter, it's the, there is a group that's been trying to do the Wednesday market there. That's not really growing. Gingerbread House
That's
event,
huge,
which has
too.
become
That's a
huge.
good one.
And that has a good draw. And then, now Ghost Tours, I don't exactly throw on this list, though it is on there. Just because it's you have to buy a ticket, it's not a free event.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that do
Oh,
that.
yeah, a lot of people do. I've never done it.
I have, it's huge.
I've wanted to, it's usually busy, so. Just, yeah.
Dave, did you have a number?
Over half of the expense is just to pay someone.
Well, of course, I guess events don't happen for free.
No, but they're
Yeah.
hiring.
Yeah.
They're hiring, someone to then, I guess, coordinate these things, which I would thought that this would be more of a volunteer organization kind of thing, but again.
Well, it takes a person to make things happen. But we gave them 20,000 last year. I would think at least 10 would be. And these are majority free events for the community.
I could go to 10.
Last year,
I think I saw it was 20.
the request was 20, I think.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, we
This
gave
was
them
20.
10 last year.
Gave them, the reason I reduced it to 5 is because of the new entity and the money that I was going to give them for the pumpkin. And that's why I reduced this, that's why I asked, why can't we get together on this?
Well, they used to be.
Well, yeah, they used to be, well, I don't know, the Center Street group just born themselves out of nowhere, and they originally were with the Cash Chamber, but I think they left the Cash Chamber so they could just be their own nonprofit. So I don't know, that's a different group altogether that really is a small group, not representation of the whole of downtown. Where this group is the representation of the whole of downtown.
Is Logan City paying anything? Did you look in their budget?
I don't, oh, you mean to the Downtown Alliance? Nothing. They used to,
It's nothing to make full dollar.
yeah. So to some extent,
Go
some is-
7,500 in between, and we'll
yeah.
go from there.
Let's do that.
75, okay.
7,500 on,
500 on 49. Okay, 83 is
Utah Symphony
Utah
and
Symphony,
Utah Opera.
Utah Opera.
This is the one I was amazed at the salaries on.
Was
Elevated
But they
tour
are
concert.
World quality people, and certainly they fit in that category, oh my goodness.
But am I confused on this one? It says Wellsville, right?
But it's at the American Heritage.
But the American Heritage,
Okay, so that's where they're,
Yeah.
okay, because the other day,
West
someone
Heritage
said that
Center.
they were coming to Logan. But it's not the same event? Is that where it's just gonna be there?
There.
Okay,
that's what it's understood in the
okay.
application.
I just, yeah, I had a conversation, they said that they were bringing it to Logan.
Yeah, the salaries in this one were,
And this is, this is an
But it's a small
organization that is
portion of their-
100% out of the valley.
yeah.
They're based out of, what is it, Bountiful or something like that?
Well, that's where their address is, but they're
I mean, they do, it looks like they do concerts all over the state, but they're just coming up
They're
here.
doing a series of 7 concerts around the state. And one of them is here in northern Utah. And basically, the application is asking us to give $35,000 to advertise, to promote the program here. It will be fully attended. There won't be an empty seat. The interesting thing was is that I analyzed it and took all of the promotion. They, I think it was $175,000 that they were allocating to promotion. To divide by that by 7, that's $25,000 per site. But when they put the budget together for the Wellsville site, they put in $35,000 for the promotion for the Wellsville site. And that's where they come up with the 35,000, but they're asking us to contribute more than 1/7 of their advertising budget. I thought was interesting, but anyway.
So it sounds like you have a proposal of 25,000.
No,
Oh,
I'm proposing 10,000.
Oh.
They're gonna be full, whether they advertise or not.
yeah.
Well, I think it'll be a big event.
Is the
It will be a
concert,
big event.
Oh, yeah.
is the concert conditional on our funding?
No, it's already scheduled.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think we need to give them something. They have a huge budget. And you look at the tax return and their
Yeah.
salaries are way up
They
there.
just see that we have this funding source.
I think that we need to show some kind of a token that
Support.
they would come up here. I mean, it will be full.
Yeah.
There will be a lot of people that
Yeah.
come. But my recommendation was $10,000.
I'll go with that. I like that, 10,000.
10,000.
10,000 on
On-
83.
83. And then we had 7,000 on 52. for the Logan
Yes.
events and activities. So we're at number 6, Bear River Heritage Area, ukulele festival.
How are we doing on dollars?
Oh, you're okay.
We're fine,
Okay.
especially when it's a $9,000 fine.
Okay.
I said, I didn't give anything.
I didn't give him, I'd like to see him, okay, if it's a big theme, make it a bigger theme and then come back, you know?
I'd give them 3,000 to get off the ground.
Oh, we have a proponent. Yeah, you can come and speak at that microphone and introduce yourself, please.
Did I read in there that you have done something in prior years?
Yes, so they just started the festival in like 2013, and then when COVID hit, they weren't able to hold it. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm Emma George. I'm the Folk Art and Heritage Coordinator for the Bear River Heritage Area. We're a program under BRAG, and we're working with the original founder of the festival to start it up again in 2026.
So this will be the first time in a while then?
In 6 or 7 years, yeah.
So how many participants do you have?
So we have 20 people who compete in the ukulele contest, and then we have performances throughout the day, so around 50 performers as well.
Attendees?
Attendees, in the past at its height, it was around 2,000, but when they started it the first year, it was around 800 to 1,000, so that's what we're shooting for this year.
Where?
It will be at Willow Park.
At the
So it's an
stage
outdoor
there?
activity?
Yeah, it's an outdoor one.
And why Cache Valley, of all the places that one could go for a ukulele festival? Is this intended to be a rotating thing around the state, or is the intent to keep it here in the long run?
Yeah, the intent is to keep it here. So in the past, it was an annual festival, and I guess the reason it was here is because there was a lot of passion from the local musical organizations, and then also we do have a surprisingly large Polynesian community here. So.
Ukuleles are cool.
I love ukuleles.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We floated a few numbers out here. Is there anybody who wants to?
I'd give them $6,000.
I had funded 2,000 to help with the.
2 or 3 is more the range I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's-
we, again, the kind of Dave's point of, we don't,
Growing it.
yeah,
See if
let
it's-
them grow and then we can
See, the
fund it
non-music
more in the
lovers.
future.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave, do you have anything you would like to add?
No.
Okay.
So what did you
Why don't we
decide?
do 3 then?
Do we have 4 behind one number?
What is the number we're?
We were around 2.
Whatever number it might be. is,
2,000?
2,
Man,
I'm,
Kathy wants more.
I want more. New non-music lovers down here at the other end need to get in on the program.
I love music.
Let's, I mean,
Love ukulele music.
if this is his first year and it's restart, could we settle at 3?
I'll do 3.
Let's give him 3.
I'm happy
and
with
see
3.
if it-
What we might, if they may not even choose, there's something to be said for the approach of, let's see some growth and then invest in something that's on its way up. There's also an approach of saying, well, maybe we can put a little something in to see if we can get something started that might be able to become self-sustaining. I
will say that this is something for everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got the Shakespeare youth, and we have ukulele, and we've got some cowboy poetry.
There is something for everybody. There's an event and something, a tie for anybody and everybody in this valley.
Yeah.
Which I think
If they can
is-
get the
I
numbers
think
up
that's
to,
huge.
I mean, 1,000
So-
or even 2,000 people is a lot of people for an event like that.
Yeah. So 3,000. We got 4 people. That
I'm
will
okay with
support
3, I'm
3,000.
okay with going down to 2.
3,000.
3,000.
3,000.
We got 3,000.
It'll be on now, 3.
No. Okay, next one, we have Cache Trails Alliance, $30,000 and their operational costs. We kind of had some discussion about this already.
I love trails so much, and
Wish you'd love music so much.
This is all operational.
I'm about to vote to recommend no funding for this proposal. I just,
I have 0.
I agree.
I don't want to be in the space of making policy decisions about who and which organizations are building or responsible for that thing. We've provided it through the county. I don't want to be in this space with RAPZ.
Your thoughts, yeah.
Okay, anybody have any other? 0 for 18. 30, Gardner's Market, table, market farm to table banquet support.
I said no.
You said none?
I did too.
Same for me.
Anybody want to counter that? I don't know if I understand it all the
Yeah, I
way.
was gonna say, it sounds like it's just like a fundraising event or a support banquet, so it's gonna be, yeah, just a,
Usually those kind of organizations do their own banquets.
If it's a fundraising, maybe they
Exactly.
raise their own funds.
Exactly, that's their own.
Hill or something.
yeah, it's in the, like, I'm going to,
I don't think it's gonna bring people from outside the valley. Food is a cultural event. I'm
Yeah.
not as
Okay.
clear to me. I just don't get.
So that one's a 0.
0 for 30.
they'll probably do the types of things where they have giveaways, auctions. It's just a fundraising event that I don't think it falls in our purview to do.
Okay. 30, Gardner's, excuse me, not 30, we said 30. 24, Cache Valley Civic Ballet, the training, scholarships, and outreach expenses. It has a score of 18. I have $10,000.
At all.
You didn't fund it at all?
No.
I had $10,000.
When you look at the number of people that are participating, and you divide it, you divide the request among it, it works out to $52 a person that's participating.
Yeah, I struggle with, and they're, basically, as I understand it, these are scholarships for students, most of whom are coming out of the county to participate here. From a recreation standpoint, my preference is that when we're providing recreation, arts, and culture kinds of experiences, that they be targeted at people who are in Valley rather than out of the Valley. For me, this would have to come from a perspective of, you could make the argument that the investment is bringing people into the Valley for their classes who are also doing, shopping and eating while they're here. It's not a large impact on that front. I hope they're able to find a way to help students who might not otherwise be able to afford it to get in, but I'm not sure RAPZ is the right place from my perspective for it.
Well put.
Any other perspectives to share on this? Okay, we'll keep that at a 0.
0.
Number 33, Cache Valley Symphonic Society. This is I have a question of who are they? That's what I wrote down.
The idea, as I understand it, is an umbrella organization for the band, the instrumental theme things. And at the risk of making Kathy believe that I hate music even more, there's a clear rationale for the sound system one for the theater group, even though there's a part of me that wants to push funding to the theaters than the administrative costs that could come with an umbrella group. As I saw the greater clarity for me that we weren't funding administrative costs in large amounts for this group, we were funding the sound system.
This is just a director.
Funding administrative costs for a director to oversee, if they were providing sound system or a trailer or something that served all of the bands, I would be a little more inclined to get on board. I'm not sure I see the direct benefit from the proposal as written.
I looked at it from a community support. They only had $6,000 in ticket sales. That's an indication to me that there's not a lot of community support for this group.
Seeing the value in that. Dave, Joe, anything else, Kathy?
Well, I was just really worried about the request was, it was half of what they were.
Yeah, I just didn't, I don't know if I did.
And that started telling me that, that they're not generating a lot or something, or there's few people, or I'm not sure. You know, well, I am sure reading their thing, I thought they were not real clear on a lot of that, and so I didn't have them as any funding, so.
I think there could be a stronger application from this group
Yeah.
in the future,
Yeah.
but I did not see the strength, the rationale, and in this cycle.
Are you recommending no funding too then?
And no funding. Okay, 54, Logan Cash Airport Self-Serve Fuel Farm Project.
Wait,
Yes, and we
go
all saw
back.
this last
Go
year.
back. We funded them $15,000 last year.
Oh, the
Which one?
Symphonic
Symphonic
Society?
Society?
I think we need to support them to some degree, and I think I said 15,000.
Oh, let me see.
We did, they requested 27, we granted them 15.
And it jumped to a request of 60.
They did jump the request.
Yeah, it's huge, and I
Huge request.
We had 15.
go another year at 15, and we'll go from there.
15,000.
So you're
Sorry,
changing
Alma,
that?
change that to
15 on
15,000.
number 33.
Yep. Okay, now we're at the fuel farm.
I have them at 0.
I don't know
I-
why this,
I don't know how it came
There's-
back, but
There's some organizational things that's happening right now, I think that we need to get on top of with the airport authority and everything. We need to get some things taken care of there first before we start sending some money, more money.
And they don't give us any accounting.
no, we have no idea what's really going on with that. Okay,
That is an issue.
do you represent them? Anyone? No? Okay.
okay, that's a, it's a county.
Yeah, like, I mean, I see it being something they need, they should do, but I don't know why
Well,
it needs to come through
It
us.
scares me,
I don't know why it
they-
comes through
they
us.
Yeah.
Talk about leakage and everything like that, I worry about that. But I'm not gonna give them any money until I know what they're doing themselves.
I mean,
Well,
this
and
is for
there's some issues, with things like that, and who they have actually contracted with to do all that, and, and there's just some structure and some things happening right now. I think we need to just let them take care, go get their house in order and then come back.
Okay,
Well, I talked to a pilot yesterday about that one, just saying, hey, would that be something that's necessary, something you guys need? And he said, oh, I love it. I love it when there's other airports. He flies himself, and he says, but because gas is cheaper when you can self-serve, because you don't have to pay for someone to come to your plane. And anyway, I just thought, again, this is a business thing. Like whoever's providing the gas out there right now, can't they just say, hey, you can come after hours and fill up yourself? And provide that as a business. Like, again, I don't know why it needs to come from this committee. Yeah, RAPZ. I mean, it might be enticing for some pilots and people who travel here. But again, this is a business expense. This is, whoever's doing their fuel right now, they should turn to and say, can you provide a self-pump service? And have them just do it.
Especially if you're gonna give them such a long duration contract kind of thing.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
should be all part
Anyway,
of that.
it probably just needs not to come back to us.
Yeah.
As much as I actually support it, I just don't think it needs to come through this.
75, Soulfield Music Foundation. Is this a new one?
Yeah,
This is a new one.
yeah.
The Redeemer Tour.
They're out of the area.
And I put 0 on them and just say, okay, go ahead, get it going if it's something that's reoccurring, but like you say, it is not a whole lot of, Cache Valley based.
Yeah.
It's just,
It seems like it's one of those, if we don't fund it, it's coming anyway, type thing.
yeah, and then let it strengthen and let it,
how it's accepted by the community.
I mean,
yeah.
this, when we talked about another application over the last couple of years, we speculated as to would any music concert that decided that they wanted to hold an event in Cache Valley qualify for funding under RAPS? And so should Taylor Swift be coming to Cache Valley? Probably not, but if she did,
Maybe if we
and put
had
in for RAPS
self-fuel.
funding, maybe that's the key to getting her to come. But I'm not sure how to treat this differently than any other concert with any other concert promoter coming in. And I'm a little hesitant to get into that space.
That's a good
Yeah.
way of saying.
Agree.
plus
Okay,
she's,
so 0?
I worry that she's ruining a good football players, so,
That's-
but they're popular.
Okay, Valor Soccer Club Incorporated, 85.
So 75 was zero, correct?
75 was zero.
Okay,
Thank you, 85.
85, this is a new
So is this, it's a separate soccer league that's trying to come here?
entity.
I put them at
A
zero.
major minor or something, I don't know.
I see the
I
role.
love soccer, I think it's great.
I do too. I see our role as providing recreation infrastructure rather than funding the entities that
That's-
support it. Like, I don't want to support every soccer club in the valley, but I do want to make sure there's lots of good soccer fields in the valley so that clubs can form, exist, and run and serve our youth.
And 40%, they want to fund 40% of their, off of RAPS?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going flat out, no, come here, and if you, as I read that thing, if you are as good as you say you are, you should be self-sustaining and get it going and have the base that you should without tax money. Then you get to straight and start going to next levels,
Yeah.
then it may be a different
We
question.
could have that conversation, but I'll tell you right now, Nibley's youth soccer program, North Logan's youth soccer program, Logan's youth soccer program, Smithfield, each one of those individually are serving more kids at no cost to RAPS. And they don't have to pay their coaches, they run off volunteers, all those kinds of things. We don't need to get into this space.
Okay, zero, Alma for 85. 86, Wellsville City Trails, I think we said zero, or we gonna visit that one? Yep, I said zero.
I so well,
Yeah.
I almost just really lost my filter. I don't think we should fund this.
No.
I love funding trails.
Me too.
I love funding music too, but I love funding trails that I know where they start, where they go, and what the
Yeah.
connectivity in
Yeah.
the network is.
Again, listen to this, and take notes for anyone who wants to do applications. Number 44, Little Bloomsbury Foundation, I just suggested zero.
I don't even know what they were
I
doing.
put zero.
Really
Okay.
doing.
Anybody
Agreed.
else have any other ideas?
Yeah, that's what I had
Yeah.
zero, good.
Okay. Okay, look at that, guys. We're gonna take a second while Alma adds things up.
There's lunch.
There's lunch over there, there's bathrooms. Is that okay, Alma? Are you okay to work while we
Yeah,
step away for a second?
yeah, we can do that.
Okay, take a,
You want to work through
Take
your
a
lunch, or do you want us to eat your lunch for you?
Yeah, we'll grab the one that says Alma on top of it.
It's like a 4-hour